This video presented by the latest Rooster Teeth documentary, The World's Greatest Head Massage, an ASMR Journey. Available now for Rooster Teeth First members. Start your free 30-day trial now at roosterteeth.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
All these monitors are dim.
The monitors are all dim. This week brought to you by, luckily for me, my monitor's good. Your monitor's suck.
Weird. Everything's bright.
I'm doing a stupid thing where I'm looking at each monitor, figuring out how to point at it, but I just got to point at the same camera and just look with my head.
I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Barbara.
I am Burnie.
And I'm Gus. So I'm going to lead off with a comment. It never feels like we're actually doing the podcast during summer because it's still 100 fucking degrees outside and it's still bright as fuck.
What are you mad about the weather?
It's
I'm
bright
mad.
for another hour and a half.
You're confused that it's bright and hot outside in the summer?
Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like it's not podcast. Like when we do the podcast, it's normally dark or cool.
We could fix that by just doing it
I see
early
what
every
you
day.
mean.
Right? Yeah.
The sun's still in my eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's
Gavin
awful.
and I went up to LA this week, and it's like I don't think of LA as being much further north than Austin on a global scale, but it is crazy how much lighter it gets and how much later it stays later.
Gets chillier at night though.
It does. It was such a nice night.
Yeah.
It was a nice night I'll get to that
Is
in
it
a
because
second.
you spent the night with me?
It was. Gavin and I spent a lovely evening together. Jealous,
It is
Barbara.
I'm a little jealous.
4
did
degrees
this.
north. 4 degrees further north than Austin is.
How far is a degree?
I have no idea.
So I was going to shoot some drone footage in some of the city places, some of the urban spaces in LA. And so I wanted to go out and fly my drone, but I didn't want to get hassled about it. And I especially wanted to go down, like we went to the Man's Chinese Theater and I wanted to get some shots of that.
How big is your drone that you could bring it with you on
I don't
trip
want to say
LA?
that in public. How big's my drone? What do you mean? How big? It's just a Phantom? It's about this big?
Because
I
I've
can
seen
go get
drones
it.
that are like this big.
No, it's about this. I'm showing Barbara. It's a Phantom drone. It's probably a foot square.
I thought it was wasn't allowed to fly drones in LA.
So I looked it up. You can fly it. You can't fly it over 500 feet. You can't fly it within 25 feet of a person, which is another reason why I got up early to do it.
Well, if you're 500 feet.
Fly it above 500 feet.
Yeah, but that's more than 25 feet away from a person.
Very
Yeah,
good,
it's
Gavin.
true.
Very
Yeah,
good.
but then you got to fly it. Like I couldn't take it off in a crowd of people. In other words, like I just tried to take it off in the parking lot a little while ago. It was so windy, it lifted off the ground and flopped over. I mean, literally, I've never seen that before. That it did that. But I was gonna say, I got up. I went to go set my alarm to get up at sunrise. It was like 5:45 in the morning. I was like, "Fuck that." I got up anyway though, and went and did it. So, and then it turns out I broke my gimbal.
You did?
Yeah.
Your Kimball?
Gimbal is the little thing on the bottom of the drone
Okay.
that keeps the camera steady. So like when
Not
the camera
specific
goes
to
left,
drones. There's gimbals in loads of things.
I
It
just have
is.
never heard that before in my life.
it holds it steady. Did you perchance see the video? I wonder if Barb would even click on this video. There was a video that was online about a guy in the I guess he was in the ISS, and he had a CD player, and apparently they had a bunch of CD players because he had 3 of these things, and he just
So it truly is built on 90s technology.
right. He just he took the CD player. It's like a portable CD player, just a little bit bigger than a compact disc itself, one of those little Walkmans. And he just put it there, let it go in space. It's floating, and he tapped it, and it flips all over the place. But then he turns it on, and he starts playing a disc in it, and it starts spinning, and then he lets it go, and it's like a gyroscopic effect where it holds it like in the same orientation, like he taps it, and it rights itself.
It's like the bike tire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like the
Gyroscope.
robot gyroscopes in Gyromite.
Was it on purpose that he did that? Or that was just a...
Yeah, I mean, he was showing the effect, the
Oh,
gyroscopic
There's a little
effect.
video.
No, you just happen to have a camera.
There you go.
and
See, now
this
that's
scenario
what it's
set up
on.
with
It
2
seems to
different
have like
CD
some kind of
players.
resistance. But then here's one that's off. It just
Yeah.
I
flips.
don't know these things.
And then like it's spinning, so that one like maintains its orientation, but the other one just goes ape shit.
So if you
then he
spun
starts
out-
taping them together like this to show like how they can maintain their orientation. So they clearly have a lot of these things on the fucking space station.
And a lot of free time.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just
How
the
much
same
money
as
do you think it costs? That moment, like he
goes
spends
to 3
a
in a
minute.
second.
He spends a minute out of his day working on this. Like, what is the cost for his
at that.
minute
But
I don't think
of
it
time
matters.
to
I
be
don't-
up
Look at
there?
this. Go back to
That's
this.
really
This
cool.
makes a stable platform. And then I think is this where he gets 3 going? Yeah, he's got 3 going now.
You obviously watched much more of this video than I did.
Yeah, that's off. All
See,
of them are off.
even though it's probably a waste of money to fuel and get all that up there and
Not
do
at all.
that and waste of
Won't.
time, I'm glad he did it, and I don't think it's a waste of time. I think it's a cool experiment.
That's probably like $10,000 worth of duct tape, though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like just the tape that he used to tape those things together.
Still worth it.
To get that tape in that place was probably $10,000 worth of tape.
Right. And what's that astronaut not doing that he could be doing at that moment?
That's it. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
They don't have to work 24/7. I mean,
They fucking better.
you go home
There's gotta be
and
some
play video
downtime.
games.
Yeah, but they didn't. I didn't train. I didn't take hundreds of thousands of dollars in training and
No,
fuel
they
to
need-
get to my job.
They need rest and downtime to do their jobs well. To
Take CD players together with fucking
Listen,
duct tape.
I'm sure there are a couple
Is
hours
that his
in the
personal
day.
duct tape?
Why
Did
are
he
you
take
so
it in his
mad at
overhead
that?
bin?
Hope not, because that would have wasted fuel. Like you always heard about the Apollo astronauts, they would take shit up into orbit, or when they went to the moon, so they'd come back and sell it later. Like they would take like rocks in their pockets up with them, or little figurines and stuff. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
would waste fuel
It's weight.
from that little amount?
Well,
I mean,
adds
I
up.
guess
Depends.
They,
It
they
adds
should
up.
have a personal weight allowance so they can fill however they want. Surely.
Like, they can eat it. They got to eat it.
Like
and
they
then
all
poop
have
it
to
out.
take dumps
Yeah, do they
right
make
before?
you take a giant dump right before
Like,
They
you
that
stick
would
a
be the
vacuum
most-
up your ass and they just pull out as much as they can.
That's a question for Sally LePage. You give all the astronauts a big farewell meal. They eat a big meal. They're all full of poop the next day. What does that poop cost?
Is that
to,
the most expensive meal ever?
to go to the moon? How
It
much?
might be.
How much does it cost to send a poop to the moon? That's what I want to know.
Now I'm
Oh,
just imagining a giant turd sitting in a ship, like blasting off, ready to go, like
You know.
all by itself.
Like the poop.
it's like a
emoji
national
strap.
park. You got to pack that stuff out.
The smiley face on it.
So, I mean,
I'm sure they have to take dumps because you can't get up and take a dump while the rocket's taking off.
You can show your
it's
pants.
just like the seatbelt sign on a plane. You're like, yeah, I can get up. The seatbelt sign on a rocket? No.
And also, if it smushes your poo out, that's bad too.
Yeah.
It'd be
ha-
great, like
be empty.
stage 1 lets go and disconnects, and stage 2 fires. Guy goes, okay, I'm gonna get up
Yeah,
right now.
I'm just
I'm
gonna-
gonna beat the rush. So he starts to unbuckle. I imagine some like flight attendant in the back of the cockpit going, sir, sir, do you know that, sir?
No,
When
at
you
that
hear
point it would be like,
Yeah.
sir.
I just have to jettison this turd.
that flight attendant, sir, means specifically sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Ma'am.
So-
ma'am.
It's always a guy.
Ma'am.
It's always some dude who thinks he can
No,
stand
it's been
up.
women too.
Oh, really?
So
Can you use-
for example, for comparison, SpaceX, like one of their big goals is to break the cost of sending stuff into space down to less than $1,000 per pound.
Per pound.
And how much is a pound?
16 ounces. I mean, I don't know.
$1.35?
2.2 pounds is a kilo.
How much is a beer?
And falling.
I don't know.
This is probably
2.2 pounds is a kilo. Does that help? 14 pounds is a stone.
I mean, I know I just can't visualize a pound. Like, what weighs a pound?
Wait, what do you think this is?
My dick.
Let me see.
Wait. I think that's like just under a pound?
That's right, baby.
Well, it's 12 fluid ounces, so
That's a,
No,
a
no,
fluid.
no,
It's a fluid.
Plus the glass.
come on, Gus. Come on, help me
Quarter
out.
pounder from McDonald's. Quarter pound. 4 of those.
I never had one. Damn. So wait, that's
A standard hamburger
That's
But
patty.
then,
three
but then you
quarters
also
of a
have the
pound.
bun.
A standard hamburger patty is typically about a quarter pound.
is that 3/4 of a pound?
Yes.
A liquid pound?
Because it's 12 ounces.
A flute?
It's a thing. Gus is getting so frustrated over there.
But you also have the
Not how that
bottle.
works.
What's
Whose
that?
phone is not muted?
That's me. That's me.
I have a question.
That's me.
If you were, in Gravity, she uses the fire
me.
extinguisher as
Yeah.
thrust to go forwards. If you were like just out of reach of the rope and just floating in space next to the rope, and it's like it's right there. And I
oh,
can't
so
get it.
frustrating.
Can you use poop as thrust?
Yes.
And eject poop matter backwards and reach the rope.
Or
Yeah.
fart. I feel like a fart would do a better
Anything.
job.
Any force. Equal and opposite reaction.
Sphincteral expellation.
I don't think any of us would really be able to understand what it's like to be in zero gravity or 0 G until we were in it. Because like anything you do, like it feels like, you could move or something. But when I see those things like she's grabbing at the tethers on gravity, it's like I can just feel how frustrating that would be.
Yeah, also they
Or
talk-
the spin, she's spinning.
Yeah, they
Ugh.
talk about it also in The Martian about like velocity differences and about you can be close to someone, but the speed is so different that there's no way you can't do anything about it.
Like
what
a
they-
big
what-
net.
Like they do
Yeah,
an
big
intercept vector. I think there was like 40 meters per second at one point
Yeah.
in that movie.
Which
and
would be like getting hit by a car.
It's fast. 40 meters in a second is fast.
Yeah.
I think they get it down to like 13 meters in a second, which is still
Oh, it's per second. No, it's way
wicked
faster than a
fast.
car.
Still wicked fast. Well, what did you think the car was? What did you think the car was? 40 meters per what?
In my
A
head, he
minute?
was saying miles an hour. So I was
Oh,
like,
okay. I see what you're saying.
40 meters per second is about 90 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Wow.
fast.
it's a
Man.
very fast car.
Which is what, like a
What's 13? Because it doesn't look like
130
as the intercept.
kilometers? No.
About 29 miles an hour.
Can't recommend The Martian enough. Great movie.
Book 2?
I would see the Martian or Gravity. Which would you recommend to somebody?
Probably Gravity.
Or Interstellar.
Just because I like the
Because Matt
book so
Damon
much more
blows
for The
up in
Martian.
both of them.
Interstellar goes off the rails though in the third act. Like I don't think
Well,
the
what if-
average person.
What about
it's
this
a little
then?
strange.
What if you get to the bit where Matt Damon blows up the whole thing because he's an idiot. He blows it up, but then you hard cut to the Martian, where he blows up his thing and ends up out in the
Oh,
street.
Interstellar?
Yeah.
Oh, so you go from Matt Damon blowing stuff up to Matt Damon getting blown up, essentially.
Yeah.
Right, so it looks like he just gets knocked out.
Yeah. So from
He's on
Interstellar
to a different
to the
planet.
Martian.
I would watch that movie in a heartbeat. I would watch
Because
that
then
movie
you
in a
lose
heartbeat.
the end of Interstellar and keep
I
all
just
the
Because
like-
then it's like, oh, we get pull him out of the thing, and he's like, oh, I'm so happy you found me. Blah, blah. Boom! I gotta make potatoes. It's like,
Spuds
why,
up.
why am I rooting for this guy now? He killed everybody in the movie. He's the only one left, and it's like now I want him to get off the planet and eat potatoes.
So
I
we
like-
should do
I'd recommend The Martian. I just love it.
we should do an episode of the podcast from the vomit comment, right? That's what people on Twitter are saying.
Dude,
Well, you can only
let's
vomit
do it.
comment for like a minute or two at a
Yeah,
time.
isn't
can't
it
you?
only like a couple seconds?
Well, we'll have to go like 90 times then.
How much
Yeah.
is a ticket
I mean,
on
that's what they
the
did
vomit
for-
comet?
Let me look it up. So,
$5,000.
You are correct. Gavin is correct. It is
Oh.
$5,000. So that's a $20,000 podcast.
5 years ago. it was
$15,000 podcast if Barb's not there.
Patrick,
Just saying.
do we have budget for that?
What the fuck?
Worth it.
He just said worth it.
That's his budget.
Only if Patrick's in the back of it with a board.
His
That would be
vomit.
so
running the
fun.
What is this guy? That guy looked all. He looked,
This is great footage. They cut away just as it went away from the plane.
They're showing the vomit comet 2 seconds before they play the video.
So one of the things we did to prepare for the Amazing Race is I went to that indoor silo where you indoor skydive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it looked ridiculous when I got in there. I'm comfortable admitting that.
Did you ever go actual skydiving?
No, Ashley's been skydiving.
Did they let you loose in that thing, or do they hold on to you?
No, they let you loose. If you're
what if you
good
hit
at
the
it.
ground?
If you're good at it.
What if you went?
They're there watching, and they can grab. You have like handles all the way down the side of your suit. And for those of you who aren't familiar with it, there's this place called
I fly.
iFly. That's it. Thank you so much.
Furf.
It's in Austin, and basically it's like a wind tunnel that points vertically, and then you get in this thing about a third of the way up, and you're standing on wire mesh, but there's just enormous fans beneath you, and it just blows straight up.
Could I put a table in there and set up like a nice meal and sit and have dinner with someone, and then
don't
they
think
turn it
so.
on and it's like,
It's flappy.
If
Go
you-
do it. It's like $40, right?
If you had to choose between skydiving,
Skydiving.
bungee jumping,
Sorry, I'm bad.
or base
Impatient.
jumping,
Oh man,
I would bungee jump.
I probably would skydive. There's no reserve bungee cord.
Yeah,
also base jumping, I would never do. in
I
a
love the
million
idea
years.
of base
Base jump.
jumping. It seems really cool, but
It seems
man,
cool, but there's
yeah,
like
that's-
no failsafe.
Yeah.
pad.
Base jumping accidents.
What does
are
it
always
stand
like-
for again? Is it like bridge, antenna, structure, earth, or something like
I
that?
had no clue it stood for something. I thought it was just
Yeah,
you
I thought it
jumping
was
off
just
of
base.
like you're jumping off of a base.
Base.
It
Base
stands for the
stands-
4 categories. Where are they? I just saw it and then it's gone.
Oh, because I thought you was like you were jumping off an immovable thing to another immovable thing. You know, basically, you're not jumping out of a plane.
Okay,
You're not
here it is.
jumping off of a.
It's an acronym that stands for 4 categories of fixed objects from which one can jump: building, antenna, span, or earth.
What's a
Span.
a span is like a bridge. Okay, Earth.
Like a mountain.
Like a cliff.
Everything's Earth.
Jump off the earth.
Everything's
I jump off the
It
earth
is.
every day. When you're walking, you're base jumping, right?
As someone who's been skydiving,
We have nothing that's not made out of Earth.
you would
Well,
love
some
it.
rock is space rock.
Some. What do you
Jump
are you
off that.
Are you jumping out of prop planes that are made out of meteorites? No. Everything we have came out of the Earth. So base
not-
jumping is everything.
It's not true though.
You would like
Why-
skydiving.
100% true.
Wind time back enough, and the Earth was different bits
Man.
of crap.
To what? To when people were base jumping? You want to go back like what? 5 million BC? How far you want to go back? 5 billion?
Well, just to when like the moon wasn't there.
Why are you qualifying this? I'm saying everything we've ever made on Earth comes from Earth. It all comes from somewhere else. I mean, if you want to go back far enough, say it all came from stars. Everything came from stars.
I think that's what Gavin's
Star
getting
jumping.
Star jumping. Okay, now I'm on board with Gavin.
That's
now.
what the shit stands
Gavin
for.
has won me over with his logic. Star jumping.
at. You have Universe Sandbox 2, right?
Yeah, we have the VR version.
Yeah.
Teddy loves that game. Except he smashes planets. He's like a
Oh,
little
it's
Galactus.
so much fun.
Yeah.
It's like you're looking at this beautiful, serene solar system. You're like, I'm going to put a moon right here.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna launch
we
it
did
in that
a,
direction.
A let's play where because you can spawn the TARDIS and you can like make it big.
Oh, really?
And I stepped inside. They cut it all out of the video for some reason. I don't know. But
Copyright.
shrug.
Trademark.
Speaking of thumbnail though.
we have a new copyright. That's
So the
ready.
thumbnail?
We have a new registered trademark. They're going
Yeah.
for clickbait. You and the TARDIS.
Funhaus. Funhaus is now.
Funhaus is now a registered trademark
So it
with
gets
the U.S. government.
The circle with the R.
We have a certificate and everything.
There goes their.
So stupid. U.S. It says
Called
United
DC.
States government, and below it says Funhaus. Registered trademark.
Das Funhaus.
Funhaus.
That's so.
That
dope.
is the greatest name that we've ever given something.
Funhaus.
It's definitely better than Rooster Teeth.
So much better.
Yeah.
When I have the list of names that Adam and Bruce proposed.
One of them was Dude Soup, right?
One of them, we talked about that one for a long time. They really wanted to name it Dude Soup. And I was like, man, it's like, just Funhaus just felt like an identity and a brand. And then naming the podcast Dude Soup was just perfect.
Yeah, but
That's
Dude Soup is more descriptive than Funhouse.
Funhaus.
Like, what's Funhouse mean?
But also, Dude Soup isn't true anymore. They got a lease there.
True. What are you going to do about the podcast name?
Well, that's.
But I will say this. I could have gone either way with Funhaus or Dude Soup with them, and it was totally their decision. I just put my 2 cents in. There were other ones they had that were just eck. And actually, on the 1 year anniversary,
Was one of them actually Eck?
it might have been. Might have been. On the 1 year anniversary, I dug up all our emails from that that we spent together in LA when we were launching Funhaus, and I sent them all their candidates. They're like, yeah, yeah. I will say this though too. The Funhaus thing is that John Reisinger came back with that logo. That was the first pass on the logo. There was 3 or 4 on a page. It's that's the logo.
He usually nails it. That Rise Mongler.
Nailed it.
Do they get 2 gold play buttons because they're gonna hit twice?
That's pretty funny, man.
Didn't you guys also suffer from that?
Nope.
Oh.
I mean, everyone lost subs, yeah, but no, we didn't go below a significant milestone.
Yeah, everybody in gaming lost a bunch of subs.
I thought
That
for some
was the
reason Achievement
biggest
Hunter hit below a
reaction
million.
I got from the audience at RTX. Was when we were on center stage and I just yelled out. You remember when Funhaus had 1 million subs and the whole of the audience was like, "Ooh!"
They love that stuff. They
felt
do that.
good.
I will say, even though I'm really good friends with those guys, and I was sorry to see them go through it, when the Fine Brothers were going through that awful fucking mayhem, there was one of the funniest jokes I've ever read. Remember when they were putting the counter up and it was going backwards?
Yeah.
And they were approaching, I think it was 12 million, and everyone's like, oh my God, are they going to go under 12 million? Because that would have been a huge tick, right? And a guy wrote, hey man, really excited about you guys hitting 12 million subs. Big fan, been with you guys since 13 million. It was such a great joke. I know, it was such a great joke. It's one of those things you're like, ha ha ha.
No, that's
Yeah.
really funny.
Have they come out of that already?
Yeah,
I just checked. They're over 14 million.
I think so. I think. Well, I don't think you got to understand one thing. It's I was amazed about the whole Fine Brothers thing. That I fully expect people to get mad when you talk about anything that's legal, anything that makes money, and anything that has to do with copyright. Any of those, and they did all 3 of them basically.
The Grand Slam.
What? Yeah, that was they hit the trifecta, and people got furious. However, it is very easy if you use the internet in a certain way to think that Reddit is the whole internet in a way, and it's not. They have millions of viewers who were not even aware of anything in any way
Or who
whatsoever.
weren't bothered by it?
Yeah, just they couldn't be bothered with it basically. And I don't think their views, everyone was looking at the subs, their views I think actually went up during that whole process because everyone was so fascinated with
Because
them.
it came
There were plenty of
controversial.
news stories. People were clicking.
Right.
It's like
yeah.
that Nicole Arbor girl. She put out that video about
Fat
fat people,
people?
and then her views just went crazy.
It was the first time I heard of her.
Oh, you remember the Dear Fat People? You never heard of that video?
No.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
No, that was the first
That
time.
was the first time I heard of her.
Oh, during that, I agree. At the same time, and then she came up again. The only time I've heard about her is during Scandals. That one, and then when she was,
The Matthew Santoro thing.
yeah, she was accused of domestic abuse by Matthew Santoro.
Was that her or was that someone else?
That was her.
Same girl.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was her.
shit.
That went back and forth for a little while too.
Sucks to be her.
We've been lucky to steer clear of most of that stuff, haven't we?
High five.
Have we?
I don't know. I'm knocking on wood.
I hope
see.
so. I think so.
You never know. Never know.
Are you going
I
to
got-
read a thing?
I got something to read. Remind everyone, this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by.
I would like to talk about a video game.
We sat on those Casper mattresses.
We got super excited
At
when we were
RTX?
staying in LA. We could hit a Pokestop from our bed.
Is that the game you want to talk about? Little indie title that came out last week?
No.
No.
You want to talk about Inside?
I want to talk about Inside.
Okay.
That game's weird.
Who's finished it real quick?
It
Show of
was-
hands.
I finished it.
Barbara did not raise her hand. So Gus,
It's okay.
Gavin,
I don't
and
have the
Bernie
system to play it.
raised our hands. Barbara has not. But I think Barbara has as great of understanding of that ending as we do, even though she hasn't experienced it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
feel
guys
like she
explain
might
it
know
to
it
me.
better than us.
I feel like
it might
just
make more
when,
sense to somebody who's never seen it.
just when you think you're getting to grips with what's happening in that game, they throw in something that's like, well, that was weird,
Well,
and then
here's-
you sort of like, yeah, I can get on board with. Okay, well, that's really weird.
Here's the thing about that game. I don't know what that game's about at all. I only know the ending.
We don't know either.
I
we don't know what it's
wish
about
I had a
But you
face
played
cam
it.
of myself
That's
when I
what I'm
finished
saying.
it. It would have been like,
as someone who's played it, I should understand what happened better than you. I don't.
But I
We're
mean,
on the
like,
same level.
what's
It's
the
been out a
actual
couple of weeks, right? We can talk about it.
What's the actual gameplay like? Is it like Limbo?
Limbo? Very much like Limbo, but
Made by the same people.
absolutely gorgeous, great game. Even though we're kind of bagging on it for being like, what? It's one of the best games I've
Well, I
played
saw
in a very
Ashley-
long
people should
time.
definitely play it.
Reaction.
It's a solid 9.5 out of 10.
The fuck was that?
The fuck was that?
I
Ashley?
recorded Ashley because she hadn't finished it. And by the way, for those of you who think we could potentially be spoiling this game that you might want to play that you haven't played yet, it's literally impossible. We could not spoil this for you. I don't know.
We could spoil the ending.
I suppose.
But
we
is that
could.
like a selling point to the game?
Well, I mean, it's the ending.
Like, would someone want to not play it if they knew the ending?
I don't think so.
I would love to see just
So I don't
recordings
think
of
that's
people
spoiling.
finishing the game.
Yeah. So if you're playing inside, record your face if you haven't finished it yet, and show us what your face looks like when you finish the game. Be very curious.
Rodzilla sent me one. of
Usually
his
you don't
face.
want to hear.
Very cool game mechanics built in. I don't know how they came up with some of that
Send me a
stuff.
video of your face when you
We
finish.
did a whole.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually you don't want a video of someone's face when they finish.
We did 20 minutes on the patch this last week, and I agree. I like how they don't ever give you a tutorial of any kind.
There's no HUD. And there's
Nothing.
no even, you press start and then the boy comes down and you just start walking, just like Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo's even weirder because Limbo, you start the game and you don't know it's begun, and you're sitting
Yeah.
there watching the screen, and then you're like, "Oh, am I supposed to?" And then you move and he gets up, and then you like start playing the game.
Wait, don't
Inside's
spoil
also-
Limbo. all
That's
right?
the beginning.
Inside's also really dark, like the brightness level. Like when it says like resume,
as opposed to Limbo.
it's just like, is the TV on? Oh yeah, it says resume really faintly.
Wait, if you leave the Xbox.
Right.
Oh, so it's on Xbox.
Like if I go
It
to like
dims.
watch TV and then I go back to the Xbox.
Yeah, yeah.
What's resume?
That's what it says. Like
It's
when,
after you press start, you can resume.
right.
Okay. I think I just played straight through.
They want you to
honestly.
submit your resume. It's just a little
They
dark.
do a great job of making little bits of the game where you're being chased and you have just enough time to make it.
Yeah.
Like at full sprint, you're like, oh, nail it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff in the game, and it's like, it starts off a little weird because Limbo's pretty like dark. I mean, it's like in
Yeah.
a
I mean, you're like
narrative
pulling
sense.
the legs off spiders.
Right, and the
people
bear
getting-
trap snaps you, and your head goes flying and
and there's
everything.
like grubs that go in your mind.
Right, which there's some of that
In the pig.
in Inside too. But at the beginning, when you first mess up, I don't know if you guys messed up at the beginning part, but you get shot with trank darts.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they went like a softer route in this, and it's like, nope. Like,
That changes later.
2 seconds later, I was getting ripped apart by dogs.
Or
Little
the
kid.
big shockwave bit. Where
Yeah.
you just turn to goop.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Do we know what that is? Is there
Nope.
any indication of what that was?
I thought it was nuclear blasts in the distance, is what I think it is.
Hide behind this pillar. You're okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Hide behind the pillar.
Now that I
Duck
finished
and cover.
I'm positive I could probably go back and play the game a second time and not die at all, and just play it all in one.
I think so too. I think in that sense,
Much easier to not die than Limbo.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Limbo had that 5 no death achievement.
got it.
I never got
I
that.
got it live on Twitch. It's one of my only Twitch streams I've ever done.
Really?
I was going for that, and we were down to the last life, and everybody's freaking the fuck out.
360
Got
no
it.
death.
Got it. Fucking spin around
No scope.
360.
It was
360 glass crash.
I thought a tremendous successor to a good game.
I agree, but fucking weird, dude.
You see this?
Really weird.
And Limbo was weird enough. At least.
I did it. What?
All right.
You weren't there?
Everybody watching the secret ending?
No,
Yeah.
he showed me what I just did when he was reading.
Oh, I didn't see it. No. The thing I had highlighted.
Oh, you just
Oh, I
showed me a
thought you were
gift.
showing-
No,
me
I
the
had
gift.
this highlighted.
Oh, okay.
All right, so while they're doing that shitty business, if you guys want to ask us a question or take part in the podcast, and you're watching this live on First, then just tweet us using the hashtag RT.
Who's on
Podcast.
first?
There you go.
Hashtag RT Podcast.
Everyone watching live right now is on first. So,
Damn it.
talking about another video game, Pokemon Go, aka the game everybody in the world is playing.
Well, not Canada yet. They don't have it yet.
Everybody in the world
just
accounts.
the US has it.
Just the U.S.
It's
People who don't like Pokemon, by the way, really don't like this game. They're mad about it.
people who
I don't really
like Pokemon.
care about Pokemon. I love this game.
I don't think there's much to this game. What do you do? I mean,
There's
I've caught like 20 Pokemon.
There's
What
not
else do
much
you do?
to it at all.
You just fling the ball at stuff.
Yep.
You don't have to beat the shit out of it first. You
You
just-
gotta hunt them though. You gotta go hunting.
It's lacking
I think
in
it's-
the game.
yeah, it's not.
area.
It's not Pokemon.
The socializing you do because of it, I think, is a big selling point.
Oh, I hate it.
But it's
course
crazy
you
to
do.
see.
Whenever there's like lore been dropped, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go anywhere near that.
It's
'cause people are
crazy to
gonna-
see the people walking around. You know,
I was
looking for them.
walking to brunch yesterday with Meg.
Where'd you go to brunch?
Didn't something happen today?
Something happened today. I can't talk about it.
Where'd you go to brunch?
Could you change a word?
I'm not going to say that either because it's walking distance from my house.
Oh.
So walking to
Is
brunch.
it a place that I would like? Is it good? Is it a
Yes.
good place to go to brunch?
Yeah.
Ashley and I went to brunch at Connie and Ted's, and it
fucked.
was a Pokestop, so we ate there. And so it was good.
Nerds.
We had a cinnamon bun that was huge.
Yeah, we were walking by a bunch of people, and this guy was like zigzagging around, like walking all through the trees. And I was like, hey, he's looking for a Pokemon. And then he comes up to us and goes, "You guys seen the Dratini? Do you know where it is?" And I was like, I mean, I know what you're talking about because I know about Pokemon. But he didn't say, "Hey, I'm playing this game. Are you?"
Right.
He just said, "Where's the Dratini?"
Were you on your phone?
No.
Oh,
Patrick,
That's
I'm
really
sending you
strange.
I'm sending you a.
That's the world we
picture.
live in now, where it's expected that you're searching for
well,
Pokemon.
did you see Blaine tweeting about it yesterday? He went, I think, to some park downtown Austin, and there apparently were like 15 or 20 people also playing Pokemon Go. And so he was like going up to them and asking them if they found this one or that one. And then he saw a couple and he was like, "Hey, you find any Pokemon around here?" And they were just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So it's like almost the exact same
Yeah.
situation.
But we know two people that have already had a major incident because of Pokemon Go. We know one guy who got a ticket because he was driving while playing Pokemon Go.
Well, that's stupid.
And we won't. It's an employee, so we've all sworn to secrecy is the guy's name. He even admits it was really stupid of him. And then we also know somebody who's been in a car accident now because of Pokemon Go. And this was both within 48 hours of the game being
Wait,
released.
we know someone?
Yeah, you know Ren the Reaper. He was a big part of the RT community for a long time.
Yeah.
And now he works at Corridor Digital.
He's a legend. I love that guy.
Awesome dude. He did this incredible Harry Potter short. They just did a Red versus Blue video where they had Gus and I contribute video voices to it. People thought that was a Red versus Blue season 14 video because we have so many different collaborators. It was just the weirdest timing. And it was like it was in the style of Corridor Digital where they do like one-hit kills, that kind of thing.
I thought it was also when I got the lines, or when I got the email
that
and
makes
I
sense.
saw the proof. I was like, oh, okay, this must just be a season 14 video. And it wasn't until it was released on their show I was like, oh no, wait, it was just.
So someone hit
it was
him?
just their video.
So here's what happened. And this is totally working from. I talked to him on Twitter DMs, and I'm working from memory here. Actually, I can just read it if I talk to him on Twitter.
There's also this picture that I think Blaine tweeted.
Oh no, that's my picture I just sent to Patrick.
you.
That is Auditorium Shores last night at like 11:30 at night. Ashley and I, these guys with their shirts off. These guys were they were like so gangster, and they're like just like one guy with a shirt off. Everyone started walking towards him because he's over there yelling, "What the fuck, Charmander? Goddamn!" Goddamn little bitch. He was just yelling the whole time at Charmander. And it was so fucking funny. But we took us 3 hours to get home from the airport last night.
God damn.
Why?
3
Because you
hours.
kept stopping?
Yeah, we did stop for dinner in that, but yeah, literally we kept veering to like go hunt for stuff.
Well, we had to wait for Ashley's ass before we went and saw the movie the other night because she was trying to catch an Arbok for like 10 minutes, just throwing balls at it.
Literally on the red carpet at Ghostbusters.
We're like, it was like,
So
everyone
there's
in-
probably a ton of Pokemon over there.
yeah, right? She's like sitting there hunting
She's
this
like, hold
cobra.
on, just like stood in the corner, just going like. The security
Well, did
guard's
you-
like,
What are you doing? Get your fucking ass moving.
Well, was it in Austin that there was people trying to set up like a Pokemon stop where they would just rob people in the middle of the night?
Is that in
I
Austin?
don't think
I've
it was
heard of
in
that
Austin.
happening.
I've heard of it.
yeah,
in
people have
other
been
places,
dropping
yeah.
law to
Somewhere in
rob
Texas.
people, like a bunch of
But that's
18-year-old
stupid because
kids.
you're gonna. I mean, you want to find people by themselves. You don't want a place where a bunch of people are gonna go.
It
Unless you
would
do it
be.
in the middle of the night, like late at night when there's not as many people out.
Yeah. I mean, you're not hunting deer. I mean, it's just like, I guess if you want cell phones.
You're hunting the most dangerous
Also,
game.
just don't go looking
Man.
for Pokemon at 2 in the morning. Just have
Go-
common sense.
go-
Also,
looking
don't
for
steal
Pokemon.
a phone, you idiot, because you
Or
don't
yeah,
find
just
it.
don't rob people.
Here, let me
That's probably a
see if we
better
can see what
solution.
Ren said about getting hit by a car.
It's a loud ass plane.
That was really loud. That was like really close feeling to me. There's Ren.
You never hear a plane in here.
No.
It's really weird.
Was that like did the England one get delayed? That's like the biggest plane that lands there.
The England one would have been delayed by like 4 hours if
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
England.
Anyway, I can't find the message here. I'm having trouble searching through my messages. But essentially what he said was he went to a gym and there was already a guy there and he was parked. Or maybe it was a Pokestop. That would make more sense. He was at a Pokestop that had a lure on it. There was a guy there in a van. He pulled up. He was hunting for the Pokemon as well. And then while he's doing that, the guy in the van just all of a sudden backed up and smashed into him and got out and was like, "You weren't here when I got here."
So he wasn't actually driving.
Yeah, well, he was probably still Pokemoning and then like backed his van into Ren's car.
Yeah, this guy that
He
asked
tweeted about
me-
it. You can go to Ren the Reaper on Twitter.
Ren with a W. The
Ren
guy,
with a W, yes.
the guy that was zigzagging all around in front of us, walking through the trees and stuff, and asking us. He then got into his car and drove off with his phone in his hand. Like,
No,
like,
it's gonna kill
You're
somebody.
a fool.
It's going to
Yeah,
kill somebody.
It's probably going to.
There's been one death from autonomous driving. Everybody's going nuts. I guarantee there's been probably several car accidents at this point due to Pokemon Go.
Probably.
Yeah,
With no doubt.
Also, some Pokemon are dangerous.
That's true.
They could kill you.
That's
do
why
you
you
mean,
got to
what?
get a
You lose a
significant
finger.
other to drive you around, so you can look for Pokemon while they drive.
I saw there's services like that now, like where people on Craigslist are offering to drive other people around so they can find Pokemon Go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I asked my Uber. I asked my Uber driver in LA if anybody had done that. And he said he didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So
It'd be a good service to be like, I know where all the best Pokemon are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like what are you looking for? I can take you to the right place.
I will
Flat
say-
fee of $50. They'll take you wherever you want.
The Pokestop thing is pretty cool though if you're looking for them because it makes you notice stuff in the world that you never would have seen. Like I was in LA in an Uber going down. I was like, oh, there's one coming up.
A Uber.
And I spun around. I was like, hey, it's the Banksy art. I was like, oh, that's a Banksy. That's cool. But I didn't know.
That
I'd
is
never
neat.
have known.
yeah, I'm the same way. Hank Green tweeted the same thing. That he sees art in places. He's like, I never knew this was here.
Yeah.
I've been
I
walking
didn't
past
know-
this for years.
I didn't know my apartment had a dog park until there was a Pokestop over there.
It's weird. It's a weird phenomenon. I mean, I've always been like, Pokemon. I'm having a blast with this.
But it could be anything. It's just this like go out and hunt in the real world thing.
well, it could be, sure.
Like there will be other games that are like this.
Yeah. You know, there's a theory that if you put Pokemon on anything, people go nuts for it, you know. And this turned out to be true because this is based on another game called Ingress that is supposedly has way more features than Pokemon Go, but no one's going to go play Ingress now.
Is that real?
What is
What is
this?
this?
It looks like Uber with people walking with Pokemon balls.
What is that, Patrick?
Pokeballs.
I mean, is that a service just for getting Pokemon?
It's the cars picking people up to get.
What's its service called? They're saying that this is the car service that'll take you to Pokemon Hunt.
Cars picking people up to take
What's
them
the
to
service
Pokemon?
called?
What's the fucker walking? Who's that? What's he doing?
They
Nobody
didn't
has
say.
any information.
Nobody answered any questions. It could be a Photoshop for
They
all
just
we know.
randomly selected a photo.
It might be.
And showed it to us. Are you playing Pokemon Go?
Yes.
How many Pokemons do you have?
I had like 90 earlier, but I got rid of a bunch of duplicates.
You didn't know how. It's
I
interesting
didn't know
to
how.
like
I have
explain to Gus how to do
41
stuff.
now.
What's your best Pokemon?
My best Pokemon is how do you say it? Vaporeon,
Vaporeon, yeah.
What level is it at?
645.
One of the Eevee
Holy
evolutions.
Mine's a Machamp.
Machamp.
Machamp, thanks.
I have a Taurus, I think it's called.
You called it Mariel?
I named it Mariel. I always name my Pokemon after the people who I'm next to when I catch them.
8,
And so I was with
2,
Mariel.
2.
Did you see the guy who names all of his Pokemon based on what autocorrect corrects the actual name of the Pokemon to?
That's a really
That's
funny
pretty
idea.
funny.
That's
That's
awesome.
pretty funny.
Like Gilbert instead of Golbat. Golbat.
Look, I have one of these bat things. I name it Bethany.
Do you still name all your Pokemon?
Not all of them.
Jeff?
No.
Nah, you
I
don't.
don't
you
play anymore.
You don't bother. So you're not gonna play Pokemon Go?
I call like 20, but I'm just it rinses my battery and I'm just not
handy.
that interested.
Yeah.
It's-
It
I-
does.
I had a tweet about it the other day. Like, I wonder how much more strain on the electrical grid Pokemon
Yeah,
Go
I definitely
places.
wonder that.
Didn't
Because
you see like the daily number of users was higher than Twitter one time?
I retweeted somebody put that stat up that it's on Tuesday. It's gonna pass Twitter for more daily active users in less than a week. It will pass.
Came out on
Twitter.
Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
I wish the Pokemon were more fixed to an actual location. Because like you just get near it and it's like wherever your phone is looking. But if it was like actually on a park bench, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Aaron was really confused because he was driving me and I was like, oh, there's a Pokemon. He's like, how is it in the car with us?
You going out with a caveman?
Yeah, pretty much.
You are going out with someone who doesn't text message, so
Yeah.
there is a certain barrier of
What
of
decade would
knowledge.
he rather be in?
Probably 1930.
I would have guessed 70s, but 30s that's pretty extreme.
Maybe the 60s.
You're
Who's
gonna,
this guy Magmar you're always talking to on the phone? Gonna fuck him up.
So if you had to name 151 Pokemon, original.
The names would be as shitty as what they came up with. Pretty
no,
much.
you're not coming up with names. But if you had to name the first 150, the ones from the first game, how many could you name? Do you think? Because we did a versus today, and Jeremy, just off the top of his head, named 100, and I shouldn't spoil it. He named a lot of Pokemon.
Holy
Really?
shit.
Yeah,
What do you mean he named him?
He typed the names in.
Just
like
like-
Oh, okay.
Charmander, Bull.
No, you're doing something different. he came up with names.
No,
He named all
He remembered the
151.
names.
So what was the question you were asking me?
If you had,
Could you name the first 151 Pokemon?
I can't name any Pokemon.
You just named one.
I've been
You
playing.
said Magmar.
I looked at my phone to try to find a name so I could make that stupid joke
Come
about
up
Aaron.
with 5 Pokemon names. Not come up with them. Name them.
You're saying come up. That's
Yeah.
why he's
Yeah,
confused.
Yeah. Magikarp. You usually ask me, could I come up with names for the first 100 Pokemon? It made me sound like I was going to name them like you do when you're next to somebody. Magikarp,
One.
Arbok, Enix. Is that what you said? No?
is that one?
Enix. No,
No.
fuck it. This
That
game
was,
sucks.
that was 2.
Jigglypuff,
You couldn't name Pikachu
I can name Pikachu,
or
sure.
Bulbasaur.
No, I don't know that one.
Charmander,
Charmander. I know Charmander. I don't know the other ones. Squirtle.
I got a Squirtle this morning. I was very
do it.
happy with that.
Pidgey.
Is it which ones are starters? Because
Bulbasaur,
Squirtle and Charmander were definitely
What's
starters.
that egg one?
Bulbasaur, Charmander,
Execute.
and Squirtle. are the 3.
Execute?
yeah.
Listen, you
What
should
one?
play
The little
Pokemon
egg
Go is
one?
fun. You should play Pokemon Go.
cracked?
Something else you should know, you have an advantage
Yeah.
by starting the game now. There's a way you can start with a Pikachu as your starter Pokemon.
What? How?
Look it up. You can do it. It's
But-
so they don't tell you this, but they put 3 out there, and you click on the one, and that's your starter that you fight, and it puts out a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, and a Charmander. But if you just like walk away from them, they'll spawn again somewhere else, and then you keep walking, they spawn somewhere else. Keep walking, they spawn again. This time they have a Pikachu with them, and then you can choose the Pikachu.
So you just have to go for a little trek.
That's as I understand it. I was well past it, so I was like, "Fuck this thing."
That's
Anyway,
what
funny.
that's what I've heard also.
What do you have? What was your starter?
Bulbasaur.
What a chump. That makes so much sense.
What?
That makes sense to me. Mine's a Charmander.
Well, Squirtle's the best starter.
Fuck off. He's a bitch.
This from the guy who can't name 2, or he can't name 3. So
Yeah.
you got shown.
Bulbasaur's the worst because he's Leaf.
Apparently someone doesn't like that. Was it Justin? Justin does not like the fact that
That I
you
seen
insulted
charts and everything. I'm
Bulbasaur.
just like, fuck this.
In the game, statistically, Bulbasaur's the hardest.
All right, name all the types of Pokemon. Do that. Name
Fire, ice, water.
all- poison.
Am I doing this right? I'm totally making this up.
You got it. You're on their way though.
Earth, love, heart.
No. Earth, love. Flying.
Playing
right?
Captain Planet now.
Is flying different than like something else? Is flying its own thing?
Yeah,
Air?
like a bird.
Air.
I get what flying
Flying is a bird, okay.
And that's not what I'm asking.
Is it different? Yeah, like a rock doesn't fly, but a bird flies.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Is flying a category? Is flying a category?
Yeah, like what else would a bird be?
No,
Well,
he meant like
feathers. It could be a feather category, dummy.
Some
Air.
stuff without
It could be
feathers.
air.
air.
Some stuff without feathers flies.
Air. Jesus. You mean like rocks? Fucking rock fly in your direction about 2 minutes.
Like the Aerodactyl, that flies, doesn't have feathers.
Yeah, but is it air? Is that the category that it's in?
No, flying.
That's what I was asking. So flying is a category. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, the birds. But mostly.
Mostly.
You can have 2 types, like a Zapdos is flying and it's electric.
But can you name
You can be 2
them?
types? What's Charmander?
He's fire type.
Fire and?
Well, it's
Fire
fire.
and
I
water?
mean, Charizard flies.
Not all of them are 2
He,
types, but
he
they can be 2
evolves.
types.
He evolves into a flying one.
Okay.
How do you know all this
Flying and
stuff?
fire. Because you
I
grew
don't know
up playing
because I
it.
played Pokemon when I was a kid.
Did you get all 151 Pokemon when you were growing up?
Did I?
Yes.
No. Because
mean-
I couldn't afford both copies of the game. You needed red and blue to get all of them.
Oh, that's shitty.
Could you share them between the two?
Yeah,
things?
you could trade. You could trade with someone's red to get certain Pokemon that you couldn't get in blue.
What a ripoff. Is that true? I
yeah,
never
that's
heard
why
that.
they had 2 versions.
Did you didn't have a friend with the other version?
It just
can
had
have
different
friends.
Pokemon on it?
I mean, it had a lot of them were on both, but there were some, I think less than 20, that you could only get on one side.
Well, that's shitty, dude.
But then Yellow made it so that wasn't the case a little bit. I don't know.
Who was Jeremy playing against today in that versus?
Matt.
Matt Bragg?
Yeah.
how do you
No,
play
Matt
versus
Hullum.
in Pokemon Go?
You don't.
No, it's
We were just
naming all the Pokemon.
We were just naming Pokemon. Writing down their names, not making up new names.
Not you go, I go? Kind of thing?
Not coming up with names, as Gavin said.
And none
So
of them were
confusing.
flying.
He talks in circles.
Some of them were
guys.
feathers.
Some of them, but they didn't fly.
But they were not flying rocks.
They were not.
Rocks
That's
don't have
ridiculous.
feathers.
Penguins have feathers and they don't fly. Do penguins have feathers?
They do have feathers.
Okay, good.
What does a skinned penguin look like?
Ugh. But you know what looks
Probably
worse
looks like
is
a walking
I saw a
chicken.
skinned owl. Blech.
Oh, we're saying skinned. I mean defeathered.
I know
not-
what you mean.
Not
I know what you mean.
de-skinned.
How would you? What is that called?
Plucked?
A plucked
Shaved?
penguin.
Demolted?
Have you ever seen a shaved bear?
Is that?
No.
On
Pull it
Grindr?
up. Look up Google shaved bear.
Thanks,
no,
dude.
you
Nice.
gotta look it
Thanks.
up. Hairless bear. Or furless
Don't look
bear.
up hairless bear on the internet.
No,
Don't do that.
it. Look up
Don't do
hairless
it.
bear. Get it up here.
Don't.
And
Don't
then
do
look
it.
up hairless beaver.
There we go.
Look how fucking weird that is. Why are you going?
Oh,
Where are you
they
going?
clicked on it. Yep, they fucked it up. They'll find it.
Now,
They'll bring it back
look
to
up a different Pokemon. It's called a smooth twink. Look that up, wouldn't you, Patrick?
There it is. Look
Oh,
at that thing.
looks crazy.
It's like an elephant with a bear head.
That looks horrible. It's like a rat.
Yeah.
An
Who
800
pulled all
pound.
the hair off a bear?
It's got mange.
Pulled
It's got
all
a
the hair
thing.
off
It's
bear.
got minge.
It's got a thing that makes the hair come out.
I thought you said minge.
Mange. You know what mange is?
Mangy.
Oh. A
called
weird-
minge.
Pulled all the hair off of a bear. It's like there's one zookeeper. That's why I became a zookeeper. That's what he's really into.
A tough dude.
Just pulling fur off of bears. Here, I got something else to read.
Read another
I want to
thing.
remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by. Before the podcast, we typically get food in.
Yeah,
And this week we had In-N-Out.
we did.
Not very healthy. Though.
And there's so
As
Is it
opposed
ever,
to the
is it ever
pizza?
healthy?
it's cheeseburgers and French fries. And I was looking at. I don't eat ketchup. I hate ketchup. But I was looking at the ketchup packet that they give you. It says, In-N-Out burger, tomato ketchup. Is there non-tomato ketchup?
I mean, I've seen a lot of things called tomato ketchup.
But why do you need that? Isn't all ketchup tomato ketchup? Isn't that just redundant?
No.
Why not?
Well, what about yellow mustard?
Oh, they make something called no-mato.
But there's different kinds of
ketchup.
mustard because there's also Dijon
But
mustard,
they're all yellow.
honey mustard. Right, but yellow mustard is a type of mustard.
Here's
What
a
if you don't
recipe
eat
for
veg?
4 different fruit ketchups.
What?
Apparently, there are other ketchups.
What are the? Oh, wait.
What fruit would you put in
What
ketchup?
are the 4 fruits you could make ketchup out
I
of?
would
This is from
think-
Savour.com.
I would think grape ketchup.
Orange.
Grape and orange.
Grape. Strawberry.
Celery.
Lewis, this
Fruit.
site has a lot of fucking ads on it. Holy shit.
What are they?
Yeah, what are
Ads?
they?
They're like, they tell you about another
Add
products.
ketchup.
I want the ketchup.
There's a
You want ketchup?
blueberry chipotle ketchup,
Whoa.
tomatillo ketchup. That seems like tomato to me.
Tomato ketchup.
Sweet cherry ketchup. And
Get
I can't
out.
find the other one.
Sweet and sour.
Banana ketchup.
Banana ketchup?
Did you say honey banana?
People are gagging off camera.
Nice. That sounds
So I
honking.
used to work at a Burger King, and when there was downtime, we would take the tomato ketchup packages and twist them until they popped. Didn't take very many.
I did a thing when I was a kid where we go to a diner. Barbara, don't. It's awful what you're doing. She's twisting a
But she wants to do it, so it's going to happen.
It looks like a bow tie right now. Oh,
Is it going to go on me?
it is. It's gonna go everywhere.
I'll stop. I don't want to get the set dirty.
Thank you.
Or do I?
Yeah, I used to drink the creamers at the table at the time
You're an animal.
when I was a kid, and it's like I didn't even remember that I did that until just recently. And it's like
Me and my brothers used to do it all the
I
time.
used to drink every creamer at the
Did
table.
you
Like all the
pretend it was like a
little
little
half and
milk?
Yeah, all the little white cups with the little
Yeah.
paper lid. Yeah, just
Why?
I drank like 6 of them in a row. I don't know, I was like a kid and I thought it was milk.
Do you think that's a more expensive way to buy milk?
I would say that's an enormously expensive way to
But
buy
it's
milk.
it's cheaper if you're doing it at a diner because you're not paying for that.
It's true.
We should get a bowl of cereal and see how many creamers it takes to fill it up enough to eat a bowl of cereal.
Can each piece of cereal be individually wrapped?
No, that would be
So is okay.
just
So-
buy Cheerio. I need 80 boxes of Cheerio.
I need some cornflake.
But normal, like the multi.
Check.
Fruit Loop.
So milk comes in different kinds, right? There's like skim milk, 2% milk, whole milk,
Semi-skimmed,
and half and half.
full cream.
Right. So full,
Gold top.
is full cream whole milk?
No, cream is
No.
cream.
Cream is cream.
It's like
No.
petroleum.
So
No,
how
no,
much
you're a
cream
fool.
is in whole milk?
They
How
just
much
didn't.
cream is in whole milk. Well,
There's some cream comes with it. Like when they take away, when they skim off the top of the cream, that's semi-skimmed.
they
and when
can't
it's-
get all of it.
Yeah, but like
they get
full
a
cream
lot
is
of
like they just left it.
It's basically like petroleum. If you take raw oil and you let it like separate it, which then becomes refining, is how they get all the different layers out of it. That kind of same thing is on a much smaller scale. With milk, it'll just like separate itself based on fat content, and they skim the cream off the
So
top.
what has more fat? Whole milk or half and half?
Interesting.
I would.
That's
think
ultimately what I'm getting
Half
at
and
here.
half, I would say.
No,
Could
I would
you
think
make
whole milk.
No, half
could
and
you
half
make
is
a
half
bowl
cream.
of cereal more unhealthy by drinking it with like half and half instead of whole milk?
I want to do that.
Right, I really want to do that now. I've never thought about doing that until right
Do you guys
now.
like a lot of thickness in
I
your milk?
love
Whole milk is
Yeah.
milk.
Because I drink skim milk.
absolutely no.
Skim milk is like
white
water.
water.
I know it. That's why I like
Why
it.
did the milkman never take off?
Do you ever try to drink almond milk in cereal? Well, awful. Don't ever do it.
Why?
Because almond milk like passes as milk until you put it in a situation where it's supposed to actually be milk. Awful.
What do you mean? So it's milk if you drink it from the
It
carton?
fools you. It fools you.
Apparently
you get a
if you put
it
diet
in-
soda, and you're like, oh, this is good. This diet soda, everything's good. And then you eat something that's got sugar in it, then go back and drink the diet soda, and it's like, this is alien garbage.
Whole milk is apparently 3.25%.
That makes sense. I would've guessed 4.
Half and half is 10%,
There's your answer.
which is
Okay.
weird. Like I would think it'd be 50.
Half, right?
So-
I want half and half in my cereal.
For Atkins, some people to start themselves on ketosis.
Ekans?
Atkins.
Atkins.
Atkins diet. Which isn't there a
Is that
name
another
of-
Pokemon?
Is there a Pokemon named Atkins?
Yeah, it's snake written backwards.
Oh, Atkins. Is that what it is? Anyway, Caleb caught one today. I thought he was telling me he was on the Atkins diet. Are you eating ketchup straight out of the package?
Yeah,
Gross.
I like ketchup.
That's gross. Ugh.
So what would they do to kickstart their diet?
They would drink whole cream. Like
Why?
little cartons of whole cream because they got to get their fat content way up, their fat intake, I should say. And then once you get your fat intake up to a certain point and your carbs low enough, then ketosis kicks in where your body starts just burning fat.
That all sounds like bullshit to me.
Ketosis is a real thing. I don't necessarily know it's a good idea to put your body in ketosis.
Yeah, just
Ketosis,
any-
I think, is a flying type.
Any of those
Stop
diet
it.
fads. It's all
a
about
feather.
calories in, calories out. That's the way losing weight works.
That's
So in
exactly-
England, there was
I agree with you. You also can't eat a lot of
skimmed.
calories of cream because you drink a carton. You're like, I'm gonna die.
This is my day.
That's what I think Atkins works. Is like if you've got to eat bacon and hamburger meat and cheese, you're like, I can't eat 1,200 calories of this because it's just like by like 3 or 4 plates, you're like, I'm gonna die. So you can't binge on that stuff for a long period of time. That's how I think Atkins works. I'm with Babra.
Bebra.
Go ahead. I think the reason why low carb diets work is because you shed water faster. That's what I think low carb
Is
diets
what
are.
water is fat?
No, you need water to process carbohydrates, more water. And so it's like as you take in a gram of carbohydrates, it's like I want to say you need like 2 grams of water to process that. I might be off there. It might be backwards on that ratio. But you end up shedding a lot of water because if you stop eating carbohydrates, which is why it works really well for
Does
a lot of
calories count for stuff that's not flammable?
What?
people. Calorie count for
What?
everything is all food is flammable. I mean, in that
All
level.
food is flammable?
If
like
it's
like
got
a chocolate
calories.
mousse?
You could light that
You
on
can
fire.
burn it
You can?
in your body. You can process it.
But don't they find out how many calories it is by setting fire to it?
I don't know how they do that. I used to.
And like the weight changes on it?
I honestly don't know.
I have no idea.
I honestly think
I
they
once
obscure that
burned
stuff
a
on
crisp
purpose.
and I was like, oh, it's 2 calories or something.
So does that mean, like, celery burns instantly?
I feel like celery wouldn't burn because it's mostly water.
because there's no calories. It doesn't put off any energy. That's the whole thing. It's
So
like
if something takes longer to burn, it's more calories.
it's like an ice cream sundae. It's just go poof. Or like it's go up like a bonfire, right?
What is the most
Wait.
flammable food?
Bananas Foster,
That's just a vodka.
Rice cakes.
vodka.
Rice cakes.
I'm mostly flammable then.
Rice cakes are just kindling.
Yeah, like I feel like those would just like burst into flames on their own if they're hot enough.
What's that edible paper you can eat?
Seaweed?
You can eat any paper. I used to eat paper when I was a kid.
So it's edible paper you can eat.
Wait.
I used to just eat paper. I don't know why.
Like printer paper?
Yeah, like notebook paper. We
How
didn't have
much?
printers when I was a kid because I'm a fucking old man.
Oh, right.
What did you eat? Like the dot matrix little things?
Oh, I loved those. Yeah,
Really?
those are good.
That was
Because
like
they
a-
have the
Did
holes in them
delicacy.
Did
already.
they have different flavors?
They were perforated for your
Right,
pleasure.
yeah, it was like easier. You could like break them up a
How
little
did that
easier.
not like ruin your...
It might have. I have a lot of stomach problems now, so maybe.
Yeah,
maybe it did fuck with
I went
me.
to school with a guy who ate paper. Went to the library once on the lamest school trip ever, and we all got given bookmarks.
That's horrible.
And
Did he lose his?
he ate the bookmark because it was made of cardboard.
What a lunatic.
He ate it in the bus on the way home.
So do you still get cravings for paper?
No,
every now and
I've
then?
not done that in a long time.
Could you eat paper today?
I probably could. I don't know.
Can you eat the receipt for dinner?
That's small time. I'd eat like sheets of paper.
All right, wait, we'll need
And actually, wait, that might be like thermal paper. I'm not gonna eat that. That's
someone
gross.
put together like a little paper meal for
It's a lot
Gus.
of
No, don't do that.
Just get
Do
one
it.
of the In-N-Out bags.
Do a little craft. Your wife would do
Someone
that.
like-
She's-
Wait, bring us
make
some
a-
creamer for Bernie to drink.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
creamer
Bring
for
it on.
Bernie, a load of ketchup for Barbara, and Gus will eat the packet that came in.
Oh,
Do
there
not
is
give
more
me that bag. I'll
ketchup.
fucking knock
I
it
had
out
a
of your
journal when I was in first grade, and one of the things I chronicled was we took a trip to the peanut factory for a field trip, and I was super excited because oh God, I was just about to mention these. Okay, these are disgusting.
How did they know to pull this up?
I have no idea. They must have read my mind. So when I was a kid, there was this candy that people would eat, and they're showing it. It was like little hard dots on paper. I never understood people who got this candy.
Like Willy Wonka? Like the wallpaper
Those are
with fruit on?
tiny. Those
Do
are
they take?
tiny.
I assume they take it off the paper and eat them.
You like take the paper and you like rip it off the paper with your teeth.
Oh.
What are you
never don't
talking
remember that
about?
I've never
candy?
seen that before.
Oh, it's awful.
It looks
It's
like someone melted the game of Twister.
yeah, somebody who eats circus peanuts would
What kind
eat
of
those.
twist are you playing?
Let's call Jeff and ask him about it.
Circus peanuts are gross.
Circus peanuts are the worst
No,
thing
Jeff
in the
eats
world.
boiled peanuts.
No, he
Okay.
eats circus peanuts too.
Does he?
He
Circus
loves
peanuts.
circus peanuts.
I don't know what either of these.
It's
things
like
are.
orange styrofoam that they put in a plastic bag and trick you into thinking that it's candy.
Which for some reason is also banana flavor.
Yes.
Like packing peanuts.
It's orange
It makes
and it's
no
banana
the candy
flavored?
makes no sense. You'd know circus peanuts if you saw them. They look like orange foam peanuts
that tastes like banana.
that taste like banana for whatever
The
reason.
words circus and peanuts have lost all meaning.
circus peanuts.
I just keep hearing say circus penis.
I just keep hearing penis.
You know, nobody likes circus penis. Nobody. Nobody wants that.
Speak for yourself.
The other candy I don't understand that people can eat is they're like these it's whatever's in the Brock's section of the grocery store, which they don't really have anymore.
Brock's.
Yeah, it was like white nougat with like a swirl of something in it.
Oh,
like
I
there's
hated that stuff.
All these horrible candies.
Oh,
circus
circus
peanuts.
peanuts.
There you go.
That looks
I
awful.
love this
Are
package
they
Oh, they're
hollow?
marshmallows.
because it says
fat free.
free of major allergens.
I like fat-free candy.
What minor allergens does it have?
Well, maybe peanuts.
I
It's
don't
like
get the whole
they don't have peanuts in it.
flavored marshmallow thing. I never liked.
That's all they
flavored
have in
marshmallow.
Australia.
I'm all about the plain white ones.
But that's a flavor.
Is it? Isn't it just sugar?
Sugar flavor.
Dude, so we went to Gavin and I went this weekend to the Ghostbusters premiere in LA, and they had an after party afterwards. I swear that after party was like twice the budget of Laser Teeth.
It was
The-
mental.
The party was ridiculous.
How was it? By the way,
Lasers.
The movie or the party?
both. The movie
Well,
first.
I was gonna mention the party because they had like food, like a wedding. Like they had like you could sit down at a table. You ever seen that before, Gus?
No.
Where it's like-
always just like tiny little shitty hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, but their shitty little hors d'oeuvres were really awesome. Like they had on sticks marshmallows that had been dipped in like green chocolate that looked like slime on it.
Yeah.
and that
they
was
also
really
had
good.
the Chinese restaurant spoons full of food that you could just take a spoon and then you have a spoon at the party for some reason.
You
We
can't put
started
them
the trend where
anywhere.
we put down the little like the wonton spoon. We set them down in a place, and sure enough, we went back and it was a stacks of these spoons.
Yeah, we
Like,
started the spoon pile. There was like mystical smoke and laser beams and props from the movie and famous people from the movie.
Yeah, were
walking
any of the
around.
cast in attendance?
So a bunch of people from it.
Who'd you see?
We saw Leslie Jones. We saw. I didn't see Melissa McCarthy at any point in time. I'm not sure I saw Kate McKinnon, but I see Kristen Wiig, and then like random people. Like we saw like Tony Hawk and Paul Scheer was there, formerly of On the Spot.
Chris Hardwick.
Mr. Hardwick was there. Yeah, it was good to
Nice.
see him. Just like a random selection of people. There was one of those people that's like, it's like I saw him and I immediately recognized him. It's like, I'm going to find out who this person is later. It's going to dawn on me who this person is. But it's like, I know I should have known like him from something. And
Who was it?
I don't know. Never figured it out. But do you want to talk about the movie, Ghostbusters?
Sure.
Oh, also, there's speculation for some reason that we were paid to tweet about it or whatever. We were not paid to tweet about it. We just went to the premiere.
I don't think I even tweeted about it.
Maybe you didn't.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think you did.
Yeah,
I'm bad at Twitter.
Nah, it's fine. You know, I mean, you don't have to. Why would you have to tweet about it? You don't have to. We weren't.
Oh,
Paid
I
to do it.
retweeted your Tony Hawk picture.
That's right. When I called you
Tony
Salmo, guys.
Hawk. That's pretty cool.
He just did a really cool thing where he did a 900 at 48 years old.
Had he never done one before?
No. He had done it before.
Yeah.
He's 48.
I believe he's. So,
Looking it
Gus,
up.
would you like to confirm with your internet connection?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really
48.
cool. Wow, I got a good memory.
Looks good.
Yeah, I just did a 900, so that was pretty cool. But the movie was really interesting. I know it's a very divisive movie for a lot of people. It's getting good reviews from established critics.
Currently 76% are on Tomatoes.
That's really good. That's
made me
really. I
laugh.
mean, you can't use movie scale for video game scale. Anything above like
Is that
50%
critics or-
is actually good in movies.
What's user?
Since it's not out yet, they can't say.
Oh.
It's
It made me
90%
laugh a
wanna
lot.
see.
There were some funny moments in there.
There were some definite funny moments in it. So we're going to talk about the new Ghostbusters movie for a second. So if you really don't want to,
No spoilers though.
we're not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to try not to spoil anything. I don't think it would be a secret if I said that this is based on previous movies that they've made called Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And I thought, ironically, all the problems with Ghostbusters were all the things they tried to do to like service or pay homage to the previous movies. Totally took me out of the movie every fucking time they tried to do that. Every single time.
Cameos and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't want to get too deep into it. Yeah, but stuff like that.
I mean, that's all public tweeted.
Yeah, anything they did like that stuff is like it
Any
was just
callbacks to the original? and stuff?
callbacks, that kind of stuff. It just like I mean, I really was like I was into the story that they were telling with these ladies, and they also this like thing about calling it a requel or you know
Like a reboot sequel?
like a
Is that what
yeah
that
like or
means?
like a sequel or like a spiritual. It's a total reboot. It's an 100%. It's a reboot. It almost seems like it takes place in an alternate universe where the people from the first movie exist. But this other story is taking
So they
place.
never-
I don't know why they wouldn't just call it a reboot. Maybe they think it's a dirty word at this point.
Did they never recognize the fact that it happened already? Like it's a completely new
No,
storyline?
the first Ghostbuster movies have not happened in this world.
Wow.
No, very very clearly they have not happened. So
Interesting.
yeah, but there were really funny moments in it. I think Andy Garcia plays the mayor of New York. He might have one of the funniest lines in the entire Ghostbusters franchise. Might be delivered by him. But there's really really funny moments. There are also moments where it feels like somebody liked Ghostbusters too much and just started going nuts with it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, you've seen some of the gadgets they come up with in the trailer and stuff. It's like they kind of go overboard, I think, with some of that stuff.
Was it 3D that you saw or was it 2D?
It was 3D.
It was 3D
We had terrible-
IMAX.
Oh, wow.
And we were in the corner.
We didn't have great seats.
We were like third row and like three seats from the very edge. So you're looking like up at it.
Oh, third row from the front.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it curves around. And that had a weird effect in that some of the perspective would be way off in some scenes. But I don't know why it was just Kristen Wiig. But in every scene, it looked like one of her eyes was a lot lower than the other one. And I
That's
just
just our
couldn't-
perspective.
I just couldn't get over it. I was like, why is one of her eyes falling like halfway down her cheek?
She's wigging out.
There were extraordinarily funny moments in this, and I think if you're a Ghostbusters fan, I think you like it. I would say it's a better Ghostbusters movie than Ghostbusters 2. And that's not saying a lot.
Is that a shit movie? I never saw that one.
Me neither.
Ghostbusters 2 has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes for
It's
comparison.
kind of...
Is it original cast?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only
wow.
ever seen the first one.
They only did 2
Bought the
movies.
second one.
Yeah.
It's a rare non-trilogy in U.S.
It
cinema.
was before Trilogy took off.
Yeah.
The original Ghostbusters has 97% on
Not,
Rotten Tomatoes.
listen, the original Ghostbusters is so fucking good. It's such a good movie.
It's a good movie. I don't know if it's a 97.
I don't know if it's a 97 either.
It's a good movie if you
Pretty
saw it when it came out.
Yes. Yes.
Watching it for the first time now, it's like it's a funny movie.
I saw it for the first time 3 years ago. Is that sad?
He saw it this weekend.
The first one?
Gavin.
I saw it the night before the new one.
Really?
He'd never
I
seen
thought
it
I was
before.
bad.
That's crazy. That was one of, in the early days of DVDs, that was one of my favorite DVDs to come out because they had their director's commentary and they did it Mystery Science Theater style with the
Oh,
silhouettes
oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
up against the movie and they're talking about it.
Oh, that's cool.
That
Yeah.
scene where the ground swallows them up and they all fall in.
Okay,
and it's
we're
all
talking about the
practical.
original
The
Ghostbusters
original one,
now.
yeah.
We're done talking about
Where
the
it's
new
all
Ghostbusters.
practical and the road's ripping apart. That looks so cool. And they just climb out, so it's completely pointless waste of time, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it was totally pointless.
It's like, oh man, we got some budget left over. Let's look at the writing room floor. Oh yeah, we'll put that in.
those huge sections of asphalt and
Yeah,
dirt.
like tearing.
It's
and stuff.
really cool.
It's always really funny to go on like iTunes movies and see which movies are popular. And it's so much based off of what's out. Like the new
Yeah.
Ghostbusters movie just came out, and Ghostbusters all of a sudden is like in top movies.
You can watch Ghostbusters 1 in 4K through 4K services.
really.
Thank you for specifying.
It was a Columbia movie, so that makes sense. Like via a Sony online service, I assume would have it in 4K.
And it was film.
Right. They also have that other pointless scene. It always sticks with me the in the original Ghostbusters the ghost blowjob scene.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
It's like why?
Yeah.
It's just a really really weird scene.
I always forget Sigourney Weaver's in that movie. Like, every time I think about Ghostbusters, I just don't think about her.
She's hot in that movie.
She's super hot in that movie.
It's a central part of that movie.
It's the
She
only
is.
like comedic role I've ever seen her in.
What about
It's not
Galaxy
overly
Quest?
comedic. She plays a straight man.
Yeah.
What about Galaxy Quest?
Good point.
She's way funnier in Galaxy Quest too,
And hotter.
as well. So,
I love that movie.
we saw when we went to Blaine and I went to Lucasfilm and took a tour of it. They had, and I don't remember the name of the ship, but the ship from Galaxy Quest. They have it hanging like in the stairwell, like this.
Like the full size. Well, obviously not full size.
Yeah, the scale model, but it's
Yeah.
like it's as big as that couch.
Wow.
And the designation on the front of it is I don't remember from the movie. I'm sure a lot of people will correct me, but it's like the NTE 9000. Because when they were making it, they called it the NT because not the Enterprise. Because they kept saying when they were going to build this thing, don't build the Enterprise, don't build the Enterprise. Like,
That scene where they're trying to pull it out of the spaceship and it's grinding along the wall is so funny.
great movie. Great movie. I'm going to look up Galaxy Quest so I can say the designation of the actual ship. I'm sure everyone's already looked it up for me.
I'm sure you've been corrected a million times already.
NTE 3120, according to the internet.
I would recommend go see Ghostbusters.
I'm going to see it. I'm excited for that movie. I don't have like super huge expectations, but I don't think it's going to
Are
be
you gonna
terrible
see
or anything.
Suicide
I mean, there's some really the criticism would go one of two ways. People who really like it say the chemistry's great. People who don't like it say the chemistry in the characters doesn't work at all. I'm like half and half. I'm like, there were moments where it's like the movie felt super forced to me. There were definitely moments where it felt like that. But then there was moments that I thought were really fucking funny, really funny. But I will say, the thing that really took away from the movie for me is every time they did something that had to do with the first movie, I was just like, you're killing me with this. It's just like, it was just like, it took me, it's like, it almost was like, I kept feeling like,
Was it
we're
kinda like-
making a Ghostbusters movie. It's like, it really felt like they were doing that every time.
Was it like Jurassic World? Almost like whenever they had a callback to the original Jurassic Park movies.
No.
Well, at
'Cause
least
they had
that
a lot
happened
of-
in the same universe, though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of callbacks to like
But it happened, though.
direct. Yeah.
There was one funny moment, one really funny, one of the funniest moments in that thing, in the new movie where they did like a callback to the first movie, and it was really fucking funny, which I can't talk about. We'll talk about it later.
So I do want to point out here on Twitter, at Charming Sir Nick has a correction, and he is correct. Rotten Tomatoes score 97 is not the favorability. So 97% of viewers gave it a positive score, not a 9.7 out of 10.
Oh, I got you.
So it got 97% reviewed it positively with an average rating of 8.2 out of 10 for
There we
the
go.
original Ghostbusters.
Well, movies they're rated so differently than our video games. It's basically like, would you see the movie or not? That's basically the only rating.
Is
Like,
it worth
2.5
$10 or
stars is
whatever?
like, go see the movie. You might like it. And that's, I mean, I would say with Ghostbusters, it's like, it's a summer movie. Go see the movie. You know
Well,
what
to
I
me,
mean?
there's three movie types. There's don't see the movie, it sucks. There's wait for it on demand. And there's go see it in theaters. Like a go see it in theaters is like, it's a great movie, go see it.
I don't know how a Ghostbusters movie comes out and you don't go see it in the theater. I would totally go see this in the theater. I'm glad we went and saw it.
It takes
I
a
have-
lot for me to get out and see a movie in the theater.
I believe it.
I have
I
one
s-
criteria. Was I entertained? Usually the answer
Are
is
you
yes.
not entertained?
I'm very easily
I also
pleased with this
deliberately
movie.
save movies to watch on planes on long flights.
Yeah, that's very
Like,
specific
a comedy,
to you.
I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch that on a plane. And like a super huge budget, like Avengers, definitely see that in theaters.
I
Like, the
love
money
all-
is on the screen.
like
I love
watching
all the
action
Avengers
movies.
movies. I've never seen one of them in the theater.
Are you serious?
I saw Iron Man 1 and 2.
Avengers
on the
1 was
theater.
awesome.
Avengers 2, and I still haven't even seen Civil War yet.
See, I'm more entertained like action movies or like superhero movies on planes. They captivate me more than a comedy.
I guess we're flipped.
Whereas a comedy, I'll wander a little bit.
I will say this. I think the people who are going to this movie expecting to not like it, I think they're going to not like it.
Like Jack.
Whomever. There's a lot of people who just, they made
up their mind.
The stuff that they don't like about it, like the girl power, all that stuff, that gets a little heavy-handed at sometimes, and I think the people who are like going in to be upset by that, they're going to be upset by it.
Sure.
They really will be.
So do you hate all women or just?
Me in particular? No, I just hate very specific. No, I'm just saying the people who do go in like wanting to be upset about that,
Yeah.
they will be upset by that.
Of course.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's not gonna change any minds. That's for sure.
Why do you want to stay in dumb hipster hotels?
Where did you stay?
So we stayed at the Pally Hotel
Looking
on
it up.
Melrose.
Okay.
Is that the
Okay.
place that has the restaurant?
No. Yeah, it's the hotel with the restaurant.
But I mean,
Barbara.
the
Good call.
one, the one
Those
like
doors.
outside in like that little corridor
Oh no,
area.
that is the Pally House.
That's
To
what
be
I'm thinking.
confused, I'm assuming they're the same company.
This is
I would assume-
PALI.
See, that's
P-A-L-I.
call me an idiot.
It's
You
on
know what I'm
Melrose.
talking about.
No, I'm just
All right.
like it's the restaurant with the
I get it. I get it when a hotel
yeah.
wants to be hip.
First
wants
of
to be
all-
cool. But a hotel should definitely have some things, no matter what style it's going for. It should have a phone, and it should have
Why
a
do you-
thermostat.
Did you need a phone in a hotel room?
To call room
I'm going to
service?
disagree with you.
Here's why. There's no thermostat. They say if you need the temperature changed on your room, call the front desk.
There's no thermostat?
You know what you need to call the front desk? A phone.
Okay.
You have to manually
They fucked up
Google
there.
the phone number of the
It's not a
hotel.
big hotel.
And then tell them, I'm in room 20, turn the heat down.
Oh. Could you have called and said you were in Bernie's room? And then
Yeah,
fucked with his
sure,
thermostat?
yeah. Absolutely.
What was that?
Someone's outside
honking horn.
Also, there was a hook in the bathroom.
There's a hooker in the bathroom.
There's a hook in the bathroom, and on it, it just had a tag that said, there's robes at the front desk. Not that I ever use the robes, the
Yeah,
bathrobe.
that's not a big deal.
It's like, why have the hook?
Oh, dude, I use the robes every time I'm in a hotel.
Do you?
Even if I don't need to. I'll just disrobe and put the robe on.
Is there ever
Really?
a
Stay in my
situation
room.
where you don't need to use a robe? I feel like you could use a robe at any
There
time.
was
Well,
also-
usually after a shower or something if you
Here's
want
why you're okay with the robe. Girl bits that they have to keep contained are here on the sides. Guys' bits are dead center. You can't wear a robe as a guy because like shit's just going straight out through the flat part.
Well, not if you put the fold over the front.
It still doesn't work out for me.
You could just say it's
You do
like
you
funny
do one
towel.
step, that inner flap goes to the left. Some makes a break for it, and then it flaps out the other way.
You know what else was dumb about this hotel? At the
at a
end of the
baby
bed,
elephant.
at the end of the bed was like
a shaved bear.
a chair, or like a wicker basket or something. On it was a blanket that said, "This blanket is for sale. If you unwrap it, we will bill you $90."
It's
Wow.
just a hotel.
Wow.
It's
Oh
my
just a
God.
hotel. It was $200 a night, booked 2 days in advance.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
We wanted
For
to stay
LA?
at the Lowe's because the premiere was at the Man Chinese Theater, which, by the way, is not the name of that theater.
No, it's TC something.
Chinese
Even
theater.
Man's Chinese Theater is not the name of the theater, like the original name of the theater. You know what it is? Grauman's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Grauman's Chinese Theater. I only know that because we were just there for Let's Play Live. And
That
I
makes
walked by.
sense.
Yeah, I saw the sign.
So we were going to say the Lowe's, which is it's a hotel. It's right there. It's right connected to it, basically.
I
Just
would
walk
rather
around the
stay in
corner.
a travel lodge than that place.
God, they were so upset.
It
they were
doesn't
so
look
upset.
that bad, Gavin.
It looked
It's just
fine.
annoying. Like, well, the style is, and the toilet bowls are tiny, and your penis just sits on the
That's
porcelain.
like European style toilet bowls. It was round.
I don't want my penis to be smeared against the bowl. When
No,
some of us
neither
do.
does anyone else.
Yeah.
Where does it usually go? Does it hang in there?
Yeah, usually the seat is high enough from the floor of the toilet that your knob isn't dragging through the water.
I guess you never have got to think about this, have you, Barbara?
It happens.
Can't say I have, Gus.
It happens.
I've never had my vagina flaps in the water.
Never gone for a little swim?
Dangling around.
I'm just, when it comes to hotels, I just want basic hotel. I don't want the hotel to try and be cool in my face at the expense of convenience. I just want a bed.
What's the convenience?
A bed and a, what?
What's the convenience? The
Like
phone?
like being able to change the temperature in the room.
Open the window.
That is a luxury in a hotel.
Yeah,
though.
Justin, I totally agree. But it's a
Also, there were no end tables. There
it's a
were
very,
chairs.
It is a nice hotel. It's very nice.
What?
You can see pictures of it. Yeah. It's a nice hotel. I like the hotel. It was $200 a night in L.A.
It looks nice.
And close to the venue you're going to, right?
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty good. It's okay.
You know what I fucking can't
Close to a
stand?
Pokestop.
You know what I cannot stand in hotels? When there's no bathroom door. It's like a little slide thing.
Nope.
Well, that's a slide is the door.
Nope.
But it's
I'm with
you can
Barbara.
still hear everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything.
You got
If
the,
there's-
big, the
it's-
gap,
Oh, like
the gap under the
sharing
door
a
is like that big. Right?
Yeah, it's like just like a slidey thing. Or if there's no door, which I've seen before, it's like a curtain.
I agree with you.
It's just like you cannot take a poop in there if you have someone with you in that room.
Or if
so
someone
you
steals the
travel
do not
now with a
disturb
significant
sign.
other. Have I told you the secret to go
Yeah,
and
you
poop?
go to the lobby.
No, what you should do
Go to
is
the
you
second
look
floor.
up a YouTube video for like 5 hours of loud farts nonstop on loop and just play it on maximum volume on your phone while you're in the toilet.
Yeah, that'll save you.
Yeah, it's like,
Not
it wasn't me, it was the
music.
video I was watching.
Here's
Crazy.
the secret to good pooping in a hotel. If you go to a hotel and they have like a conference center
Oh yeah.
or like a gym, fitness center, you go down to that level and you go like to the bathrooms in those hallways. Nobody's ever there. Nobody.
Yeah.
If you go to the lobby, there's traffic.
It's usually like, floor
mezzanine,
3 or 4.
one floor above that.
mezzanine. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Mezzanine. Go to that.
When,
Do it.
When we were at that Lowe's Hotel for Let's Play Live in LA, at one point I was on the mezzanine of that hotel, which is obviously not on the ground floor, not in the lobby. It's up a couple of levels. And there was a woman walking around with like 2 giant suitcases. And she was like, "Do you know where I go to check into the hotel?" I was like,
How'd you
"How
get
the
here?
fuck did you get up here?"
Because
Like you have to walk by the front
no,
desk.
there's a walkway to the shopping center
is
next
there?
door that puts you in the mezzanine.
Okay.
I don't know why she
I
went that way.
was so confused. We have another Let's Play Live coming up
I was gonna say, speaking of Let's
In-
Play Live,
You do.
August 19th,
In
we have an
Chicago.
event in Chicago.
at the Chicago Theater.
Is this our first ever thing like in that area of the U.S.?
We used to attend events there.
Gen Con.
Gen Con's in Indianapolis.
It's fairly close though.
Yeah, but it's not Chicago. It's another
She
city.
said in
Little
that
East city.
area.
Chicago.
No, we did do one in Chicago.
We have.
We have attended events, is what I said.
The Wizard World one.
Yes.
Yeah, we've never like done anything there, and now we are
Yes.
in Chicago, as
I
you
hate
call
you.
it.
I hate you.
Do you not call it?
What are you going on about?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, fuck you, huh?
Chicago to Indianapolis is like a 2-hour drive. If you drive an Indy car, it's like 50 minutes. Zip.
It's August 19th. We just announced it and just put tickets out. You can go to roosterteethlive.com if you'd like to see what tickets are available. We're super excited about it. Going to be similar but still different from the Let's Play Live in Los Angeles. A little bit of a different programming.
No
Also,
consistency.
We also still have tickets for the Ruby Volume 2 tug screening available in a lot of cities. So that, I think, you need to confirm a ticket by the 18th, which is next Monday. So if you want to go see it.
If you don't live in Chicago,
If you don't, well, I mean, they probably still have tickets in Chicago, possibly.
you have an opportunity all around the world.
TeamRuby.com is where you go for
They
that.
like pizza there, right? They like their Chicago style.
Deep
The
dish.
Chicago style deep dish pizza.
So that's the fat crust. Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Gavin and I will be heading, before that, we'll be heading to Japan for the Laser Team premiere in Japan.
Wait, what?
Sounds weird, right? Yeah. We're going August, what?
Less than a month.
August 9th? When is it? We're going? We had a big debate about this.
What
When are we
day
going?
is it?
Did you book your travel?
To Japan?
Yeah.
No. Every time I say Japan, I want to say
Why?
like it's Street Fighter. Japan.
Why do you want to Japan? Why do you want to book your
That's
own?
pretty good.
Thanks.
Why do you want to book your travel?
Because I might want to stay longer. Are you upset that I want to book my own travel? Listen,
No,
I'll be
what?
honest. Every time somebody else books my travel, they kind of fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna book my travel.
Okay. Let's do that. I mean, I don't want to throw anybody to the bus, but I'm done with it.
Why can't you
Yeah.
just book your own and then expense it?
That's what I'm going to do.
Isn't that so much easier?
Actually, I have a credit card, so I'll just do that.
According to IMDb, Laser Team premieres in Japan August 6th.
Let me see what our trip is. So Gavin and I will be going to Japan for the premiere of Laser Team. So if you are nearby Japan, you should come visit us. And if you live in Japan,
Where in Japan is it?
konnichiwa. We will be coming to your country soon
If you are nearby Japan,
to enjoy your cherry
an
blossoms.
island with nothing around it.
What,
Just a hop, skip,
China?
and a jump.
what city? Is it in Tokyo?
I want to say yes.
Can we
'Cause
stay at that
don't-
sweet hotel again?
Is it part of the Qualité Fantastic Cinema Collection?
I don't know.
I mean, I assume if it's around that time.
You know that, like, last time we were in Japan and you wouldn't take the toilet to the face.
Yes.
Can we do it this time?
Yeah, Michael will be there, so yeah, he'll do
What?
that.
Toilet to the face?
There's a little nub that comes out after you do your business and it sprays your
The
butt.
bidet.
There you go. He wanted me to let that spray me in the face.
It's clean water.
It is.
No.
Why don't you do it then?
But that little thing is like,
Because-
no way.
I would do it.
I was,
I have a bidet.
That thing's seen some shit, man.
I was offering you.
Ah, good one, Gus.
I offered
Good
you some
one.
yen to do that. You didn't do it.
Gus. Good one. What'd you do?
I offered you like $100 to do it. You wouldn't do it.
Nah.
And then you were like, "You do it," and I was like, "For $100?" You're like, "No, get out of it."
I need to
not
travel
an
with you
idiot.
more. I would make so much money. Because I would do that shit.
I'm not just giving money out willy nilly. It's like a feat.
Yeah, I
Once
would-
you're done one, that's it.
Kyoto is the real city, though, right? Like Tokyo, we all know Tokyo, but Kyoto's, that's the deal.
Supposed to be a beautiful city.
Anagram.
I've never been there.
It is, right? What's the story? Why is Kyoto spelled like Tokyo?
Used to be the capital.
Kyoto.
Yep. And it's the
So
same.
what?
It's the same words. Kyoto.
Kyoto.
Like it's,
Tokyo.
yeah, it's like different.
It's
they
like
just
if
rearranged
Texas
it.
ever made a new city called
You're
South-
telling me all things I can get by observation. You're not explaining why that makes
Southton.
sense. Like you said, it's the capital. Okay. Washington is the capital. Is that why we
I think
named
it
the state
means like,
Washington?
I think it means like city capital or capital city. They just like reversed it.
What? Okay. So all I know is when I play Civilization, I play as Japanese culture, very noble culture that we'll be visiting early next month. It always has my starting city be Kyoto by default, as opposed to Tokyo.
So to means east and kyo means capital.
So
So
now it's-
capital east and east capital.
Yeah, eastern capital or capital east.
You've explained this. You've looked it up. It still makes no fucking sense to me.
Why? New city. Same thing.
What?
Like,
Okay.
Say the old one was crap and small. Make a big one. New York, right?
Right.
Better than the original York.
Different name than York, though.
Well, it still has York in it.
It does have York
You
in
can't
it.
flip York with York because it's York. You need two words
They don't
and then you can flip
York
it.
and Croy. They don't have the. That's not the way they did it. They added a
Croy?
different.
But Croy's
Is it
not a word.
backwards?
Croy's York backwards. It's like a Pokemon York.
They didn't flip the word backwards.
They flipped the two syllables of the word backwards.
Yeah, so with a one syllable word, it worked.
I know that. I just don't know why flipping the syllables makes any sense on any level.
Because it hasn't happened yet.
Words,
If they
I
not
understand they
syllables. It's
did
one
it.
syllable
If
words.
they started a new city called York New, then that's what that would be.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They didn't do that. We never
But they
did
might
that.
one day.
Wait, but what would be the
it's
justification for
when,
doing
when
that?
they moved to New York, they could call it York New.
Yeah.
York New.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
for a while, and then you'd be like, oh, your canoe. Wait,
yeah.
that was an old
But you guys
one?
are talking about this like it's a totally sensible decision they arrived at. Of course they did it because it's the capital. That's what I was explaining.
The way wording works in Japan is totally different anyway. Like they say like last names first, don't they, and stuff like that. Everything's slightly different.
Yeah, but can you explain why? Why does
Do
it
they
make
not?
sense that
No,
it's
it's fine.
like
I'm with it.
you have the East capital, and then if you decide to change to a different city, you call it Capital East.
There's
Sure.
a place in Canada called Newfoundland.
That's a stupid name. Let's give the Japanese a little
We're
credit.
trying to argue with someone who doesn't think that people in Australia are upside down compared to us.
They're not on a radial. All right, never mind. I'm done with you guys.
Look,
I want Solid Page back.
Your closest thing to an Australian person on your body is your foot to their foot.
Closest thing, yeah. Yeah.
That's why they're upside down, you plum.
Here's the news for you. The closest thing to you always is someone else's foot because you're on a curve and your feet are fucking sitting there.
Not if I'm leaning towards you.
If
You
you're
can't
sitting-
do that for Australia.
if
If
you're-
you're doing a headstand.
He's got you there.
You fucking plum.
If I'm sitting, Gus, we're sitting on two edges of a sphere like this, our feet are the closest things.
No,
Always.
look,
in a
your-
straight line, our feet are always the closest things.
Your knee is closer to my knee than our feet are together right now. This knee, look, is closer to that knee.
What's the point at which the distance around the outside becomes too great and you got to go through the planet? Because the thing about lean, you can't lean in Australia because it won't cover the distance between going all the way through the planet.
They don't have leaning?
They have leaning. They have leaning. I'm working through this in my head. So you got a planet. It's round. Mostly round.
Spherical.
Mostly round. Spherical. Got a dude standing here, got another dude standing here. Their feet are closest together. I totally agree with that. Totally
Right.
agree with that. But if this guy leans, it doesn't make him closer. But it doesn't.
No, he
But you got a dude standing
was
like
that up for debate?
150 yards away from you on a sphere like this. Your feet are still closer together.
Right.
But he can lean and overcome that distance.
So
What is
what
the
your-
What's
distance?
the point
Yeah.
at which you go around it?
the furthest someone can lean would tell you that answer. If you can lean,
What if you had like a limbo champion? Then they could go
if you could
further
lean
away.
like 60 degrees.
Well, I mean, if a person in Australia laid on the ground, it's a chance that their head could
Like
be
Michael
closer to my
Jackson?
feet.
Wait, what?
If a person in Australia laid on the ground, it could be such that their head would be closer to me than their feet if they just laid flat on the ground.
So both of it's on the ground.
Yes, but I'm at an angle as
So
such.
the ass technically would be the closest to you.
Why would the ass be
Because
closer?
in the middle.
What? What?
Oh, wait, would the ass be the
I
furthest
just don't think
away?
Gavin understand how the surface
What
of
if they're
something
laying
works.
on their stomach?
And the ass is
I
further
think
away.
Gavin,
Right.
Gavin envisions the Earth. I think he just has like a cross section, like a circle. That's all that you envision is just a circle. And like if the guy is laying on the circle, he's got to be balancing on his ass. Otherwise, it's not going to happen for him.
But are you on a cone?
On a cone.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Where'd the cone come
I'm on a
from?
cone now.
Nah. It's falling apart.
We've lost it entirely. What else do we want to talk about? There's some others, I got other notes here.
I got one other thing to read here. And then
All right,
we
read your
get to your
thing.
notes. So look at your notes. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you.
I'm on 1% right now.
I
because
showed
of Pokemon.
Bethany a picture of you from before she got here, before you started using Trunk Club and started dressing all nice. And she was just like, "What is up with his pants? Why do they
Damn
look
it.
so dirty?" And I was like, "Those were the same black pants he wore every
No,
single day."
I had 5 pairs of those
But why were they all dirty?
Jobs.
because they were all like 10 years old.
Gross.
And every shirt you had like was super big on you and never fit right.
Did your phone die?
that way I could get fat. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but you always look fat when you wear like
I'm always
loose
ready,
clothing.
like no matter what.
Now, if you wear oversized clothes, you kind of look too skinny.
You
'Cause
think
they're
so?
just like hanging off of you.
Well, he does.
Yeah, maybe.
You look way better now, though, because of Trunk Club. Congratulations.
Thanks, Trunk Club.
I haven't used Trunk Club in a while. I'm sliding backwards. The hoodies and the cap. Just like going the other
You look great.
I'm going the other way.
Look at the socks.
The socks are good. I had a good outfit for Ghostbusters. I had a tan jacket. I was going to go for a tan jacket. Tan jacket's a hard thing to pull off. Like a tan suit, just ugh.
That's not a good color for people.
It's not a good color. So instead I went with a linen jacket.
Looks like the inside of an old car.
Yeah, tan, beige. I mean, there's no way to say it where it sounds like an appealing color.
It's not a good color for like your skin tone.
Yeah, I agree with that. What is my
You're-
skin tone?
You're kind of beige.
Paste.
Paste.
You're like white
paste.
with a pink undertone.
White with a pink undertone.
Like bruised paste.
So I did a linen jacket and I did a black shirt and a red tie. So those are all Ghostbusters colors.
With
like
the little
tan. And then I had a little bit of pockets for a little Slimer A little
You look
lime
good.
lime green.
Did they
pocket
mention
square.
Slimer in the first movie?
So yeah, when you talk about the original Ghostbusters movie, it's like when you go back and watch it, and this is a spoiler if you haven't seen the first Ghostbusters movie
It's a
back in
32-year-old spoiler.
1984 or 1985, whenever it came out.
You say that, but Gavin
When
saw
they're
it
in the
this weekend.
hotel and Bill Murray sees Slimer,
Yeah.
he calls him Spud.
Yeah.
He calls him Spud. He doesn't call him Slimer. And then Slimer hits him, and I think Egon finds him in the hallway, and he's covered in ectoplasm. And
Why does he call him Spud?
because he looks like a little potato.
Green potato.
Looks like he's a mean looking little spud. I think Dan Aykroyd actually calls him that on the walkie-talkie. And Bill Murray says he can hear you. You saw the movie just recently.
Yeah, I just don't remember him calling him Spud.
Yeah, he's a gross little spud. You don't ever heard the word Slimer, right?
No, but you do hear like them catching Slimers. Like there's a type of ghost.
They do say that?
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of like, class 4 whatever. There's some Slimers in there.
Oh, I missed
And they
that.
never say like that is Slimer.
Is that
You
when they
don't-
come out of the hotel with the thing?
I don't know.
Okay. Thanks for contributing. So when Bill Murray gets hit by Slimer, Egon or whomever finds him, and he rolls him over, and Bill Murray Venkman says, "He slimed me." Like that line. That line, "He slimed me," that was such a fucking phenomenon. That catchphrase. There were shirts, there were stickers, there was everything. Like people would go see Ghostbusters just to hear Bill Murray say he slimed me.
What was so good about it?
Yeah, was it just
To this day, looking
comedic
back, I have
timing?
no idea. It
just
just
a
became this
throwaway line.
like national catchphrase. Patrick, were
Slimed
you
me.
old enough to watch Ghostbusters in the theaters?
Yeah.
Do you remember the he slimed me stuff?
Oh yeah, it was everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slime?
It's everywhere apparently.
Yeah, like it was like at Spencer's. They had stickers that said "he slimed me" on it. Like "he slimed me" was like baby on board for like a whole summer, basically. It's crazy. Entertainment was so different back then.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
The name Slimer came from the animated show, The Real
Right.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Yeah. The Real Ghostbusters, by the way, was a great animated series. There was a Ghostbusters thing that had a monkey in it.
Yes.
That was based on like a 50s show called Ghostbusters. And then they made The Real Ghostbusters, which was the animated version of the guys from the movie, but it wasn't voiced by them. They were like, it was almost like a graphic novel based on the show. Like Egon was blonde. in
Wasn't it originally called Ghost Smashers?
I don't know about that. Why'd you say that? Well, why would you bring it up? Why would you? There must be a reason why you brought it up. Do
Because you were
remember?
talking about the name Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I never heard Ghost Smashers.
Oh.
So, but anyway, Real Ghostbusters was a great animated show.
Dave Coulier played Dr. Peter Venkman in the animated.
Yeah, Dave
Real
Coulier did, huh?
Well, later, from 87 to 91. Before that, it was, of course, I just saw it, Lorenzo Music.
Wow.
Really?
Did you ever
Yeah.
play the
Wait,
game?
when did that cartoon start?
So the game is
86.
supposed to, supposedly, I
I
haven't
only
played
heard
it.
of the game because of Angry Video Game Nerd hates it.
He hates it? I've heard it's a better sequel to Ghostbusters than the second Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's supposed to be pretty good. I've never played it.
Isn't Rick Moranis in the Ghostbusters game?
Oh, this was like a 8-bit piece of crap.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I think there was
Yeah.
there's a more recent one.
Yeah, there was a 360.
Oh,
Xbox.
yeah, I'm not talking about that one.
No, the 8-bit one, I fucking love that too. You would take the little dudes and you'd get their little plasma guns. What are they called? Proton
packs.
Yeah,
Proton.
proton packs. And you would like start a stream, and then you'd switch over to the other Ghostbusters, start on one, and you'd move them in and move the ghost in, and then hit the trap. It's
Have
fucking
you
awesome.
heard the term "don't cross the streams" before seeing Ghostbusters?
Yeah, and I knew it was from Ghostbusters.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I heard.
It's
I
like
have
one of
heard
those
it.
classic things where it's like you know exactly where it's from, having never seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was from Ghostbusters until I saw it.
I had also heard "Back Off, I'm a Scientist," not knowing that was from Ghostbusters.
I would say the big catchphrases, like when that movie came out, where "he slimed me" was fucking. I can't
That
stress
one,
how
I don't even
how
remember from
fucking
the movie.
huge that catchphrase was. And then we came, we saw, we kicked its ass. That was another
Oh, where they
huge
come out of the,
catchphrase from it.
That was
yeah.
Bill Murray who said that, right?
Yeah, when they came out of the hotel and destroyed that fucking hotel.
That
A lot of ad lib in that movie.
Yeah.
The actor who plays the villain said that he always hated that role because people hated him for years after that. He said he hated him forever after that.
Dick Thornburg.
The dickless guy.
Yeah, the guy
The
from
Mr.
Die
This
Hard.
man has no dick.
Yeah.
He was like he hated that movie because
He's Dick Thornburg in Die Hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right,
It's
yeah,
really
he-
weird. The city
he plays the
scenes,
asshole.
the city scenes in Ghostbusters, the original one, when they deal with the city, it makes perfect sense. They're like, "You fucking idiots," and like the mayor's yelling at them and everything. The city scenes in this recent one, they didn't make sense to me. Like,
How so?
did they make sense to you, Gavin? Like, what were the people in the city trying to do? It was weird. It was
Which
weird.
people?
The city hall people, like the mayor and the mayor's assistant.
Oh Christ, yeah, that was a bit
just-
convoluted. That
It
one.
was very convoluted and didn't make any sense. And in the Ghostbusters, the original was straightforward. It's like, you fucking idiots are tearing shit up, and people think there's ghosts, and there's no such thing as ghosts. You guys are tricking everybody. That was it, straightforward. The one in this time is like, what? Why is it this complicated? It was super complicated. It's the best way I can say it.
Did they use the same theme song?
I think I heard it at one point.
Yeah, they use it.
Yeah.
Because that
They
is
used it like right at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Ghostbusters.
the beginning's so good.
that's one of my favorite parts of Ghostbusters altogether. Is that theme song?
Dude,
It's just so great.
it's listen, the Paul Feig, the guy who directed it, is obviously a huge Ghostbusters fan.
Mr. Poole.
With stuff that's not giving away anything in the movie, like he gets stuff down like in shots, like when you see the first Ghostbusters and they run out of the New York Public Library and they're running down the stairs and like lunatics, and Dan Aykroyd has
Pigeons
that, like,
everywhere.
over the top, like clownish, like turn around a corner. Like Paul Feig captured that with like even like the big crane down and all that stuff. It's
Nice.
like it's perfect, yeah. So it's like if you like Ghostbusters, I think you'll like it a lot. So, but like I said, if you're there to be upset, you're gonna be upset. So.
Well, if someone's there to be upset, they probably aren't going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna spend the money.
Yeah.
I would think so. I don't think people would want to spend money on something that they don't think they're going to like.
Well, I think the stuff that they think is going to be upset them is there, like all that stuff, but it just doesn't bother me at all.
Does a reboot? A lot of people say it's ruining their childhood.
But
How does it affect the original?
Yeah, it
movie?
doesn't take away the original movie and the original experience you had watching it.
Yeah. Watching
how-
the
yeah, how does
prequels
it
for
really-
Star Wars made me like the other movies better. Didn't make me like
I
them
feel
less.
like there have been sequels.
Made you appreciate them
yeah.
for what they were.
Like, I even didn't like Jedi. I didn't like Return of the Jedi. Then I saw episode 1, I was like, Return of the Jedi is great. It was like, perfectly fine
I will
movie.
say though, I think sequels can ruin a previous movie because
Matrix.
the character is the same.
Matrix.
Like Taken 2, awful. And I don't like Taken as much anymore because it's the same person.
I never
That's
watch
it.
any like Disney movie sequels, like Pocahontas 2 or any of those.
Well, those are always like the straight-to-video ones.
What do you think is a
Yeah.
classic movie that could be absolutely, like, more than anything else, be ruined by a sequel? Does anything come to mind?
Shawshank Redemption.
God, that would be a bad movie to have a
That's a bad one.
sequel. Shawshank Redemption 2.
Schindler's List.
I think like The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. They did remake it, but if they made a sequel to The Thing, it'd just be like, no.
Great
That's-
Escape.
Great Escape.
I keep naming like
The Greater
prison
Escape.
movies.
Yeah, then they come back. Escape from Alcatraz.
You know what they should make? They should make Ace Ventura 3. I'd watch it.
Didn't they?
I don't think I ever saw the first two, ever.
I saw the first one. I don't
Mask.
think I ever saw the second one.
What's wrong?
I just feel like I liked you so much.
And
You
why? Because I don't
haven't
like.
seen-
Because I don't watch Ace Ventura.
Those are
Classic movie,
classic.
dude.
Yeah,
Jim
back when you
Carrey?
guys were like
Classic Carrey.
latchkey kids in your home and your parents were ignoring you, you probably watched it 1,000 times. I had a fucking life by then.
Oh wow.
Wait, how old were you in 1994?
1994, I was 87. I don't know. 1994, I was 20.
You weren't watching Ace Ventura when you were 20? I was.
You weren't 20.
You were what?
He means when
I guess so.
There's a Gavin argument you're starting over
No,
here.
no, that was on purpose. Yeah, I went through a phase where I didn't go to movies. Like, I went and saw. What was the movie I saw that I was like, I was completely blown away because it was like I had no concept of what it was going to be about. But we went and saw, somebody dragged me to see Jurassic Park, and I was
That wasn't huge news at the time?
It was, but I was just so out of touch with that kind of stuff, like Hollywood movies. I just wasn't into it at that point in time for whatever reason. So they dragged me to see Jurassic Park, and I'm like, I don't want to see this fucking Disney movie.
Didn't you
My
go to
God.
like,
I
film
got
school and
dragged to the
stuff?
Matrix in the same
No,
way. It's
I
like,
did
I
not
don't
go
want
to
to see
film
this
school.
fucking Keanu Reeves movie.
I got dragged to see The Matrix too, as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Well, when were you doing that TV show? That like school TV?
That was 95. That I started doing that show. Yeah.
Red versus BLOO on
Jurassic
Twitter.
Park was what, 91, 93? I don't know.
Titanic 2.
Titanic 2.
Oh, man, did you ever see the
That's a good
pitch
one.
that Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller did?
I
Trying
would
to
wanna
pitch
see a
Titanic 2?
sequel
No.
to that.
James Cameron?
I don't know what
It's
happened to
fucking funny.
Rose.
She's a fucking liar.
Rose?
Yeah, she's just a big fucking dirty liar. in
What'd
that
she
movie.
lie about?
Oh, because she let go.
Yeah, she had the fucking diamond the whole time. She could pull it out of her pocket at any point that this is what you're looking for. She's watching them spend
I could fund your
millions
whole
of dollars.
I could fund the whole expedition
She don't
right
want
here.
to give it to Bill
or just
Paxton.
don't have the expedition. I've got the fucking thing right here.
They were already on it.
They're burning all this money.
But Bernie,
It's been 84 years.
And then she chucks it into the fucking ocean. It's like,
Gives it back to
Maybe
the
they'll
corpse.
find it then.
Gives it back to DiCaprio.
dude, if I remade
Lands in
that
his
movie,
eye.
old Rose would be on the deck of the ship, she would like take the diamond, she would go flip, and fucking Bill Paxton would go kink, and just grab it and go, thanks, bitch. And that's the end of Titanic.
Her arm
Do you think
gets
they
caught
shot
on
that
it
ending?
and pulls her
Pulls her
overboard.
like an anchor. Yeah, she's a dirty liar that whole time. She's got the fucking diamond in her pocket.
Well, that's her diamond.
It's hers.
It's hers, but she's watching all these people spend all this money trying to find that thing, and she knows where it is the whole time. And she
Isn't
just
she-
uses it, the whole situation for attention.
What is the
so
best
she can tell
thing
the
that
story
can
about some
happen?
dude she banged
They'll
in like
be-
1904.
Say they say, oh, okay, you've got it. We'll buy it off you for $100 million. Oh, but she's old as heck. She doesn't want the money.
Yeah, but she wants to go out there. She's using them to go out there to revisit the scene.
Yes!
So she can relive it.
And they're spending so much money trying to find it. Even if she goes, I've got the diamond, they go, we'll buy it from you. She goes, no. They go, oh, okay, I guess we'll just, cancel the expedition. But no, they got the fucking robot
Aren't they
submarine
looking for
and the
other shit, too?
flashlight, and they're doing the shit with the safe.
She doesn't have any of that stuff.
She doesn't what?
She doesn't have a submarine with a light on it.
No, but she's watching them spend all this
they're
money.
doing
If
it.
they
No, I
bought the
know, but
diamond, she would have one.
That's why she's with them, isn't it? So she can go see it.
Yes, she's selfish.
Right, but they're only going to look for the diamond, but
That's
she's
why they're
already
going,
got
and
it.
she knows it's not there. And she's just fucking tagging along so she can tell her fucking story to these people
But then
who
I
are.
love
the
the
movie
goop.
wouldn't exist.
I love the goop they pull out of the safe. Like
Yeah.
the minging paper, and they like chucking it.
Oh, just go show paper money's not worth shit. A diamond would be fucking awesome.
It's fucking
Then she
gold.
chucks it in the ocean. Do you hear the funny story about my mom and Matt? When my mom came in town, I had to work.
She had a diamond.
No, my mom Matt was giving her a ride around town, and she said she was talking about Titanic, and she goes, "Do you think it's a good movie?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think it's a pretty good movie." She goes, "I haven't seen it yet." He goes, "Well, you should definitely go see it." She goes, "Okay." She goes, I think we'll have a good time. We can watch that, and then we'll go to lunch afterwards." And Matt's like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to see Titanic." So Matt
Again?
Matt sat through like his third screening of Titanic with my mom.
Why didn't you just say
He
no?
was too polite to say no. I
That's
got back from work. He's like, "I had to watch Titanic with your mom at the movie theater."
That's really awesome.
He was just giving it a ride. 3 hours later, he's like, they're going to the lunch
Handing her a
together.
Kleenex, like, here you go, helping her
That
dab her
movie's
tears.
so
You're
long.
calling him like, where the fuck are you?
It's such a long movie.
It's like 90 minutes in, and then they hit the iceberg.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's. I think it's more than that.
And everything from
Well,
that
that's-
point is real time?
What
Everything from that point on when they hit the iceberg is real time?
is it? I don't know.
No,
how
I
long
think it
to
took
sink.
4 hours for it to sink.
Really?
Maybe.
That movie was incredible. Hit number one in the box office all time. But I don't think it ever made more than $40 million in any weekend. It just made like $35 million every fucking weekend for like half a year straight.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going and going and going.
It was such a joke when it was in production. I remember all that. It
Yep.
was like this.
So
movie,
was Avatar.
Yeah, this movie's never going to make money.
Right.
It's ridiculous. The stuff that people heard from the set, they were like, "He's crazy. They've lost it. There's no way."
Nope.
It was an epic movie.
Yeah, he nailed
Like
it.
when it's all sinking and crashing, all the stunts, quality. CG in it is good.
When the
even.
boat's like completely this way and people are just falling
yeah,
straight
like
down.
that guy that goes boom on the railing and
Yep.
does a
Yeah.
little backflip.
If I was James Cameron, I would just see what I could get away with this at this point. Like I'd go into like major Hollywood studios and say, "I'm going to make a $800 million movie, and it's going to be all about my left kneecap." They'd be like, "Sounds fucking great. Go for it." I would back anything that James Cameron does. Because Avatar was going to be this big flop. It cost like $1 billion to make or something like that, or $500 million to
Right.
make. And it was like, it's going to be terrible. It said the exact same thing about Titanic. He's like, he makes a movie like every 10 years and just crushes the box office records. It's fucking amazing what that guy does.
What about True Lies?
True Lies is great.
It's pretty comical.
Oh, it's a great. Tom Arnold is so fucking funny in True Lies.
Tom
He's-
Arnold is good in.
He's
He's
really.
pretty
And Jamie Lee
chunky in
Curtis
it.
is so fucking hot. What do you mean he's chunky?
I didn't know he was that chunky once.
He was married to Roseanne. They were like a nightmare. Those two together. Do you know that Roseanne and Tom Arnold were married? Did you know that?
Who's Roseanne?
Roseanne Barr. She had a long-running sitcom in the U.S.
With John Goodman?
You
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I know. She
Roseanne.
like butchered the national anthem and everyone hated her after. that.
Yes.
Wait, what? That
she,
happened?
She did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She sang Roseanne Barr, the comedian, not the character. She sang the national anthem at a baseball game.
The
and she
American
fucking
one, I
butchered it. He butchered it, yeah. And then she like grabbed her crotch and
And
spit.
spit. Yep.
Don't piss off America.
What?
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She didn't give a fuck.
She didn't care.
This is
She did
She
not
made-
care
all
at all.
class.
She was one of the first comedians that got a sitcom in the era where if you had like 15 minutes of stand-up material, you could get a pilot deal as a sitcom. She made so much money off of Roseanne. That show ran for like 8, 9 years. And the last 2 seasons of it don't make a fucking bit of sense. They replaced one of the main characters with another actress.
Yeah. Around 9 years.
Oh, yeah.
Did that in that 70s show too.
Who would they replace? So Roseanne had an older daughter, and
I'd never even heard of Roseanne.
then the
Well, you're also
character.
not from America.
Yeah, but I'd heard of Friends and Seinfeld.
Well, that probably played in the UK, didn't it?
Yeah, but why not Roseanne? Was it too American?
Probably.
Did you ever watch The American Office?
Yeah.
Actually, one of the guys from The Office is in Ghostbusters at the very beginning. He's also in Silicon Valley. This guy plays Garrett. Garrett, right? And then he plays.
You mean Gabe?
Tall, skinny guy?
Yeah, the tall, skinny guy. What does he
Gabe.
play in Silicon Valley?
Oh,
Jared. He plays. I might be mixing stuff up here. He plays Jared. Thank you.
Jared in Silicon Valley.
God,
He created
Silicon
a
Valley.
hybrid.
Silicon Valley's such a good fucking show.
it's a good show.
Such a good fucking show. It's like totally getting like the Wire treatment from HBO because everyone talked about The Sopranos and there were people in the background going, "Wire's a really good show. Wire's a really good show." Same thing right now. Game of Thrones. That's all anybody talks about. But Silicon Valley is a funny fucking show.
Super excited for
That's
Westworld.
HBO
though.
again?
Are you?
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Westworld is one of my favorite movies.
I don't. Okay.
Oh.
I'm excited about it too. Now I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. I can't wait for the series to start in October.
Damn it.
All right. Well, let's.
right.
I'm curious to know. We got to wrap up.
I'm
So,
excited about it too. Is it like is it the Yul Brynner thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next
I don't
week.
think so disappointed.
You'll
Bye.
I love you.
Flipped you off.
Work it,